government for our own Naija o. Many people wey get better brain for Nigeria wey suppose to dey government to lead us. Na dem come be small people, but the ones wey no get better head to lead, na dem dey do rubbish. So why we no go complain? So make we gather now and choose the best to lead us. People don ask Peter Obi well say how im take save money when im be governor for Anambra State. Peter Obi don tell dem say na very simple matter. Wetin e do na to cut down the money wey government dey spend. And for 8 years, e no get house as governor for Abuja. E say e no need am. E no get a governor house for Lagos. In fact, e rent am out for 25 years because e no dey stay for Lagos. Why dem go get Anambra State Governor Lodge for Lagos State or even for Anambra State? Abi governor no get house? Peter Obi even refuse to build presidential lodge for Anambra State because president no dey stay for Anambra State. Na all this kind way na im take save money for the state. Peter Obi know say e dey important make government no dey waste money because plenty things dey to do. When im be governor for 1 year like that, he cut the money wey government dey use to dey travel for Anambra State by 80%. Why? Whenever they invite am to Abuja for meeting, na only him dey go because of the cost of travel. Yes now, why him go pay for 30 other people wey dem no invite just because governor wan go attend meeting? He say that one no dey necessary because if him do like other governors wey go carry like 30 people follow body go one meeting, all those 30 people go enter flight, all those 30 people go rent hotel, and na money dey go so. Money wey people suppose use take eat for the state and do better things. Na all these kind things na make am save better money for Anambra State. Peter Obi sef don talk am say Nigeria must move beyond oil o. We must comot from country wey be say na only to chop be our own to country wey dey fit dey produce things. Na make if you vote for Peter Obi, you don vote for better Nigeria be that. This coming election na battle to help Nigerian youth o, market women, families dem wey dey super, students, teachers, farmers, old people and poor people. Na una face Peter Obi dey see as e dey waka from everywhere for the country. Na because of these people na make Peter Obi don come. And just like person wey dey dive for water, you must try to stretch your hand so that the person go fit raise you up and save you from the problem wey you dey. Na make you need to vote for the right person. Vote for Mr. Peter Obi.
Labour Party, Papa, Mama, Pikin. Vote Peter Obi for president.
This message now from Voice of Patriots. Dem be correct people wey stand gidigba with Peter Obi and Yusuf Baba Ahmed to say Nigeria must better.
Our great Nigeria is possible. Our great Nigeria is very possible.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all, Naija Watch family. We're back here again another day. How you guys doing today? Yes, another day. Thank God for today. Thank God for the gift of life. Yes, how you guys doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. Yes, we are getting close. 31 days to go. 31 days to go for us to make a decision, a vital decision over our future. Just 31 days to go. Let's continue to push. Let's continue to push more people. Help us to share our videos. Let our voices go far, please. We all need to achieve this together. It's just 31 days to go. After 31 days from now, trust me, is either a positive talk or negative talk. So by the special grace of God, it's going to be a positive talk. But we must push to the last day. In fact, we need to encourage people when they vote on that very day, they need to wait. They need to wait there, right there, and see, watch their vote, how it's going to be counted. It's very important. Trust me. We must put in the last energy to achieve this. Like I've always said, I'm doing my part. Yes, I'm doing my part. I can't do it all. Now, what I feel do now they do so. Now, where my power reach, now they do reach so. Yes, if you also help me share, then it will go far. If you also help us all to encourage at least 3 persons in your community, yes, that will also go far. There's every possibility. Say 3 people where you talk to, still get friends, where they still indoctrinate. say na Peter Obi, oh, my sister for abroad or my brother for abroad say na Peter Obi. So we must put in the last effort. Put in everything, your energy, everything. Don't join the crowd that normally say, you know, consign me, please. Don't join that. All right, we are here. As I know, say yesterday, our principal, they attack him. Now, what is currently speculating now is that it's an opponent, now planner. Who be the opponent? Which opponent we get? We go fit do this kind of thing to us. You know, you're not go past the front runners. I don't know. Although allegedly that's the speculation that is going on. Said the attack on Mr. Peter Obi probably from an opponent. You know, it's very sad. I'm not too sure what the peace accord is all about. These are one of the things we're going to be talking about today. My wonderful panelists that will take us through on that. What's the peace accord all about? You know, although I've previously talked about the security and the safety of our principal, you know, is the one to beat right now. And you know what that means. You know, it must be protected by all means. Labour Party must do everything to make sure Peter Obi is protected. The federal government must also do their own part. Although, because of the country where we live, because the federal government that we are calling, they are the incumbent government. And they are ruling as well. They are contesting as well. So you know what that means, especially in a corrupt country like Nigeria. Anyway, these are part of the things that we're going to be talking about today. As you can see right there, Peter Obi brings fresh perspective to Nigerian politics. Yes, we're going to be watching that video. You know, yeah, candidates manifesto review. We're going to bring our own principals on here so we can watch, but I didn't bother bringing others here. Yeah, that's it really. That's what we're talking about today. Help us to share this broadcast and like, please, and let's do this together. I guess everybody can hear me. I just want to see yes from one person for me to have the confidence that yes, I'm not talking to myself. But meanwhile, before I get that response, let me quickly start acknowledging everyone on the comment section. 1 minute. Yes, Mother of All is the first one today. Good evening to you, Mommy. Thanks for joining us. Mother of All, I appreciate you always for your support. Let's move on now to Etiosa Osaze. Good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. Ezewangu. Good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. And I can see Favor Fates. Good evening to you. John Obasaki. Good evening to you. Thanks very much for joining us. Queen A. Thanks for joining us. Good evening to you. Oprah Obina. Thanks very much for joining us. Good evening to you. Iman Johnson. Thanks for joining us. Good evening to you. Chola David. Good evening to you, my brother. Thanks for joining us. Prudential. Thanks for joining us. Good evening to you. Chukwemeka Ogwagwa. I see you right there. Thanks for joining us. You know, I appreciate every one of you. Peter Okonkwo. Thanks for joining us. Good evening to you. Amaka Ofojebi. Thanks for joining us. Favor is having gay. I can see you right there. Mike Akyonbare. Good evening, my people. Ushe Omu. I see you right there. Good evening to you. Okay, thanks. It means that you guys can hear me. Wonderful. Fred Rhyme. I see you right there. Good evening to you. Thanks very much for joining us, my people. I appreciate you all. John Enoyeze. Good evening to you. Good evening to every one of you right there. Joel Sunabu. Thanks for joining us. Henry Gabriel. Good evening, my good people. Christopher Otasowe. Good evening to you. I appreciate you all, my people. Help us to share this broadcast and let's do this together. I can see the visibility is minimal. We have about 100 watching us on Nigeria Watch. It's very, very minimal. But hopefully we're going to get more people shortly, but just do your part and share. If you share, then we can hit more visibility. Remember, whatever we talk about here is not a child's play. Our voices must go far.
I will fight corruption. I want to end people stealing public money. They will come here and tell you they have structure. That structure is structure of poverty, structure of no light, structure of killing, Someone insecurity. That's not what we want to take away. I bring such a human being. You voted for umbrella. You leaked. And
Human structure,
hunger
that's
came
what
on
they want.
you. You voted for broom. They're sweeping you into hunger. Now we want you to vote for human being. So you can work. That's what we want you to do.
I love that.
Vote for Labour Party. Go there and look for LP. Mama, Papa, Ike, human being. No more broom. No more this. You young people, the youth, this is your party. This is your future. We want to build a future for you. With that, if you look at it, our government is coming down with age. If you look at me, if you go, LPC chairman is 75 years. PDP chairman is over 70 years. Our chairman is 52 years. He's coming down. If you combine my age and that of that,
the part I like so much about this video is what Tab is going to say right now. Just watch this.
divide it into two. We are 50 something. If you combine the other one, they are 70. The other one, we don't know their age at all. We cannot continue this way.
That's because
It is not all people's home.
the guy not the
Go
true
out
arrow.
and we don't know their age.
The guy not the best.
The other one,
If you
they
need
are
to throw
70.
punches,
The
so
other one, we don't know their age at
There is no derogatory statement here,
And
Naija.
it's a reality. It's a reality.
It's a reality. There's no derogatory statement there. It's the fact.
Okay.
He's
he
stuck
is
to the
speaking
issue.
indirectly. He's not direct. He's speaking indirectly to his opponent, and that's how politics will be played.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's a fact. He didn't say the other person is sick or something. He
Thank you.
spoke. The age is the factor.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone. We're going to be talking, elaborating more on that particular video later on after we've done with our guest. We have Mr. Dr. Haruna Goroh in the building. Good evening to you, sir. Thanks very much for joining us today. How are you doing today, sir?
Hello.
Yes, sir. We
You
can hear you.
me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Mr. Niger, what? How you doing? You're doing a great job. I wonder how you do it. So, hours upon hours upon hours.
Thank you, sir.
Well, I know it's a sacrifice worth making, and just about a month to go, and the baby will be out, and we all celebrate.
Yes.
The sacrifice worth making.
Yeah.
And to everyone that has been joining, I don't always have the time to join, but anytime I sneak in, because I also enjoy the contributions and the interaction by people within Nigeria and abroad, just showing the concern for Nigeria. So thank you for what you do. More grease to your elbow.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
All right. We have a couple of questions we are going to be asking to you today. I'm going to be taking questions from my panelists as well. But before that, I would like to ask you, I guess you are aware of the attack that happened to Mr. Peter Obi.
Yeah.
So what can you say about that? What happened? And, because according to our rise today, they are saying that maybe the speculation, maybe is an opposition, that planned the attack on Mr. Peter Obi. What can you say about it?
Well, I should say we should actually be thankful to God that looking at the way he conducts his campaigns, he's with the people, he goes into the crowd, people are all waiting, just almost like people wanting to kiss the Pope. It's that kind of overwhelming number. So there are, like what happened in Katsina, even you will notice that you don't have a lot of videos on the main rally itself, but you will see the welcome and see the meeting with the women and also some of those other meetings. But because I think some people, it's obvious we're having some, information that we can't share out, but it looks like some people may have been planted within the team that look like they are for him, but they are not. And so they were just waiting for an opportunity to strike from within. And so even in the main something where the rally took place, they arranged kids to be like the main front of the party so that they will use that to make it look like kids were hired to come in, and they were already disrupting the proceedings while the rally was going on. So it was kind of in the north, that was the place that really had a lot of glitches. And so the one that was planned, partly, I'll use the word alleged, for not getting into sensitive things.
Yeah.
It will be a big blow on the sitting to say they had such a great success in the state. So if anybody was looking for something so spectacular, I think we were not surprised with what we got there. However, the people themselves were very excited. People from the IDP camp, actually the entire place. You will notice, I don't know if some of you on the broadcast or those that are, the comment section will remember, times they were pulling down posters of Buhari, billboards, and saying, Bamuso, Bamuso. That was long before the campaign started. So there's already a thing where.
Okay. Dr. Haruna, we lost you there. I think your network, sir. We can't hear you at all.
Are you hearing me?
Okay, you are good now. You are good now.
Hello?
Yes, you are good now.
Sorry, a call came in. So I'm sorry.
Okay.
So the whole thing about Katsina, it's obvious that there was a plan, and part of the plan was to disrupt this whole thing and even try to harm him. But then we thank God that they didn't succeed. They wanted to disrupt the main rally itself. Some people screaming and shouting, trying to cause confusion, but all that was contained. So but I think it's a wake-up call. It helped us towards working towards Gombe and some of the, like today it was in Mubi and some of the other places. So going forward now, I think it was good that that happened, but then it's not as serious as maybe people think.
Okay. All right. I don't know if anybody on the panel want to ask a question quickly.
Yes, I have a question. This is
I have
Bulaba.
one question.
Let me go first, please.
Okay, Bulaba, go ahead with your question, please. You have
Okay,
30 seconds if it's a question.
thank you. Dr. Haruna. We really appreciate you here. My question goes like this. I listened to Akim Baba Ahmed. I think that was on Channel's Prime Time. He talked about, the Northern Elders Forum, that they will make their recommendation, very soon. From my own interpretation of his body language, I think that he's obedient. But I would like to get your insights with regards to what you know, being that you are closer to that region. Thank you.
Okay. Regarding that, it's because there are a lot of people that are on the comment section and all that listening and watching. I don't know if you're on Facebook. There are some things I can't disclose here. However, I always knew, like if those of you that have listened to my broadcast, I've had a lot of people asking me in the comment section to please broadcast in Hausa. But I deliberately stayed away because I wanted to create a thing about one Nigeria and not single-handedly start talking to Hausas or to Fulanis. So, and only towards maybe a week ago, I started putting subtitles in Hausa in some of them, but deliberately, because the people that actually decide what the masses do They all speak in English. These are elites, northern elites that have always weaponized poverty and used religion. But the real masses are not really bothered. So now going back to directly to your question, that person that spoke, do you know he's the uncle of Deti?
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Okay. And they had to play their game very, very strategic. Obasanjo did his endorsement strategically. He had always been for it. He has met with certain people. Whatever was his endorsement was what had happened long ago. And so it just had to come at the right time. And you must understand you are dealing with people that are strategies. People, like somebody like him, he's been in the army, and some of the other people, whether they're in the army or not, they deal with strategy. You and I may just be spontaneous, we just blurt things and based on the emotions or spur of the moment, but they work strategically. So even Obi's going to the north at this time is part of the strategic plan. It started with the south, but to start going now towards when the elections is getting towards when people are about to vote. So those people, long ago, the decision was already made. However, it is because they have a lot of interest in the north. So they cannot openly come out and say, we are this. So they will tell you, we are studying the different candidates. We are, having time with them. But I can tell you, somebody like Ango Abdullahi, that is the main leader there, some of them already, a decision has already been taken. And like I used to say, our challenge is really not the north. Yes, it is, but people like us, with what we've been doing, it has softened the ground in the north. The thing about northerners, just like you have the Fulanis with their cattle, the animal, they go almost like zombies. Sorry to say this, if there's a northerner listening, I don't mean it in a derogatory way. I just mean they are that loyal. They are so loyal that if they are told, let's go this way, very resistance and seeing that you're going another direction is almost termed as rebellion. So they've been waiting to hear what are the main people saying. So even that interview was part of a strategic plan to soften the playing ground so that by the time the endorsement comes, they will say, we studied everything, we gave everybody a chance. From where we are now, it is obvious we must forget religion. You will notice in a broadcast that just came out now from NTA, where Muslims that typically you will hear them talk about, they want to protect their religion. Suddenly they are saying in politics, religion does not matter. And that's not normal for them to say that. Is because strategically they are realizing that they are already divided. There are 3 Muslim main contenders, and they're already divided. So the chances are too high that Obi may be the next president. So let them play their cards very well and position themselves now in case things happen that way. So they are not going to be like enemies of the state. So strategically, what's happening, you will soon hear another broadcast. It may not be the one, but you will hear them saying, they are endorsing based on this and that. They will say, currently in Nigeria, there must be no religion or sectionalism. And they will bring all those facts, to buttress whatever they are saying. So I think going forward, you will see more endorsements from such people in the north.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can I go ahead? It's Victor for Nigeria. Obi.
Hold on. Who is the next person? Your name, please.
Victor Nigeria for Obi.
Okay, Victor. Yeah, Mr. Victor, go ahead with your question.
Yeah, thank you very much, and good day to all the panelists. And thank you very much, Dr. Haruna. We so much respect you, and I'm very grateful we have somebody like you that is so dedicated to see Nigeria turn a new country. And God will continue to bless you and keep you for Nigeria. Thank you very much. I want to ask this question. The Islamic cleric declared and adopted Obi as the candidate that they will support. I want to ask this. How effective and how strong the declaration by this Islamic cleric in the north? Does it cover the entire north, or does it cover the 3K, that is Kaduna, Katsina, and Kano? One. Secondly, can I ask this one? Yeah, okay. We like what I studied the Islamic belief. We have the Sunni and two other ones. I want to ask this question now. What part of the Islamic belief does Atiku and Kwankwaso believe in, so that we can have a very close, fine pathway? Those are my two questions.
Okay. Dr. Haruna, are you ready to take that, sir?
I think we lost him or something. I can't see him on the screen.
No, he's here, but we can't hear you, sir. We can't hear you at all. Dr. Haruna, are you there with us? Okay. I think he's facing some network situation right there. When
Even Mr. Elvis is gone.
okay, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, wonderful. Dr. Haruna, can you hear me? Okay, I think the network affected, but I think we'll have him back again.
Now APC, the attackers.
Yeah.
APC and PDP.
We are going to have him back again shortly. Before we have him back again, let's quickly go through this particular video here with Aisha Yusuf. Let's hear this. Thank you.
Now, Aisha Yesufu would have to be one of Nigeria's best-known civil rights activists of recent years. She is famous across the country for her inner steel, her unquenchable desire for good governance, her stubborn fight for justice, and her great strength of never giving up. But now she's emerged from her previous incarnation as an anti-establishment fringe protester to become a fervent, high-profile, mainstream political campaigner who's on a mission to save Nigeria, as she put it, tying her feisty colours to the mast of the Labour Party's presidential candidate, Peter Obi, that enduring image of the clenched, defiant fist, which became the symbol of the EndSARS protest movement, now repurposed for partisan politics. But has the moment arrived? Can she and fellow obedience rebrand Nigerian politics enough to persuade an electorate whose loyalties are divided into several camps to unite around Mr. Obi? Will her foray into partisan politics end with the thrill of victory or the agony of defeat at a time when forecasting Nigerian politics is like gambling in a casino? Well, for her very own assessment, I'm joined now in the studio by the activist and decidedly obedient Aisha Yesufu. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
How did you come to the decision to go out on the campaign trail?
Well, before I answer that question, I think I need to talk about the issue of being obedient. Like I've always said, Peter Obi is the one that will be obedient to the people. And for me, I must hold him accountable, and that's my business in this. And on the issue of partisan politics, I believe it is much easier for me to choose the people that I'm going to do protest to, and ensure that we have people in offices that will not allow those that will come and use tear gas on us when we go on protesting. On the issue of...
Well, you didn't have to choose him, though. You could have chosen...
Yeah, I could have chosen
someone
else. So that's what I did. I checked everyone. The last time we spoke here, I did tell you that he was the most competent of all the other ones. If he wasn't the most competent, I definitely would not be in his camp. On the issue of why did I go into partisan politics, I've always been, even right from 2015, and that was right in 2015. I supported Muhammadu Buhari from February 2015. I remember when I decided to support him, a lot of people that were in his camp were quite happy. But that didn't stop me from, holding me accountable and criticizing him and saying the fact that, look, we had an issue. We had a government at that time that was failing, unprecedented failure. And unfortunately for us, we brought in someone that we thought at least would do better, but ended up becoming worse and actually making the last administration to look as if it was better, it was good, even though it's better than this one, but it was never good at that time. I'm gonna go that way. So I've never called myself an activist, and I don't still see myself as an activist. So that career that people are talking about, I'm a trader, and I build houses and I sell houses.
Is that why you and Peter Obi
your excellency? I don't do excellency with. I see a lot of people call him excellency and all of that. Nah, I don't do excellency. You need to just get the job done, and that's what I'm doing. And the moment he gets into office, by the grace of God, I'm on the streets making demands on him every day.
And that is what I said on this platform all the time. I'm so happy to hear this because I was actually skipping for this particular place to play. I've said this over and over again. Immediately, by God's grace, Peter Obi emerged as the next president of Nigeria. I'm sorry for some of you that is going to be disappointed. Prospectively, we are going to start checkmating him straight away. This is one of the reasons why we don't collect money from anybody. Nobody can use our platform to promote himself. We just come out. We look at competency. We look who is capable for the job, and we use our platform to support you. That's what we do here. You don't need to pay us, because the consequences of you receiving money from any politicians is that once you've collected the money, you cannot talk against them. It happens in my states. Go back to history. Every platform that supported Governor Obaseki, the only person that is checkmating the governor today is me. Is this platform, Niger Watch. Every one of them, they don't enter house because they eat money and they cannot buy the finger that fed them. This is what you get. So please, my people, I have said it over and over again. We are going to continue to repeat ourselves. Once, by God's grace, Peter Obi win. Not come here, come insult us. So say Niger Watch, leave Peter Obi, give him a month, give him 6 months, give him 2 years. He just enter office. Now he just the complete 100 days in office. Now only 2 years he don't did there. Now, because these are the kind of fleeting excuses they are giving to the governor of those states. So
you should start from the very next day.
Exactly.
Yes. No break.
Exactly. There shouldn't be break. But not everybody will reason
at
the way
all. No break.
Not everybody will reason the way you are talking right now to Nigeria. I did it with my own governor. Many of my Edo people today are against me. That is what pushed one of the Henry O from nowhere to come here and be sorting the hell out of his future here. Because yes, we checkmate the governor of Edo State. You cannot come here. What we are doing, if you cannot acknowledge us, if you cannot encourage us, and if you cannot support our ideology, then don't come. I've said it over and over again, just like me putting it right there, right now, that my platform is dedicated for Mr. Peter Obi. Then you are coming here to tell me about APC and PDP. You'll be thrown out. It's dedicated. Next time, if it's not dedicated, if it's open for everybody, yeah, that's fine. All political parties and the supporters can come here. We talk. But I will say it again. If by God's grace, my principal win, fingers crossed, saying win, I will celebrate here. But we will checkmate him. And Mr. Peter Obi himself talk him. He talk him. He said no. The work should start immediately. He is sworn in. He talking for a AY show. He said, "Man, will not relent on him." That means the man is ready to work for us. So may you not put the matter for head tomorrow. Come to this platform. They say, Niger Watch, calm down now. What kind of person? Maybe that time some people will come and say, all this are dope people self. No worry, all these things will remind many of you where they use all those harsh words on us. Because that useless and reho. Now, those harsh words he can't use for this comment section the other day. Now he can't use for a year. He could not read his comment before he pasted it. Then you deserve to be respected. As far as I'm concerned, you are one of the satanic people that is causing Nigerians, the common Nigerians, pains. You cannot justify killings in my platform. You cannot justify any kind of pains, excruciating suffering in my platform. No. Open your platform. They shout every day. People go follow you. Then start justifying killing. Start justifying raping. Start justifying any kind of atrocities. But not on this platform. Thank you very much, my people. Let's move on.
Sanaja, can I add something to what you just said?
Yes. Thank you.
Now, many Nigerians, they don't really, I don't know what, they don't really understand the meaning of checkmating your own government. And I believe what I'm thinking is that Nigeria had, they somehow lost in, they got lost somewhere, because when you checkmate your government, you are trying to make him stand upright when he's deviating from the plan and the promises he gave to the Nigerian people.
My brother, let me correct you quickly. No, that is not absolutely correct. Nigerians have been subjected to brutality. We try to checkmate the government, but they respond with deadly force. So, and therefore, we have been conditioned.
We have not been conditioned, because you cannot say everybody is being conditioned. If you look at so many places, people are not conditioned. It's not everybody that is conditioned, but we have sold ourselves to some things, and one is tribalism, and two, we don't love our country. If you love your country, if you don't seek for what your country do for you, and you seek for what you're going to give to your country, you will stand on the premises of, I don't care, my country, this is my country, and I'm going to die for my country. The consequences what people are running are away from. And that is why you don't collect money. Because if you collect money, you've sold your birthright, and you cannot stand upright anymore. And that is why I say Mr. Najawat is doing the right thing and showing an example to all the media in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, my brother. Let's quickly take on this so that we all can contribute to it. Thank you.
But I'm not there to do excellence, your excellency. I don't do excellency. I see a lot of people call him excellency and all of that. Nah, I don't do excellency. You need to just get the job done, and that's what I'm doing. And the moment he gets into office, by the grace of God, I'm on the streets making demands on him every day. And if he doesn't give us the things that we need to do, will we be on the streets protesting to him?
Well, let's talk about that possibility of getting into office. I mean, do you believe that your appeal as a well-known person, well-known activist, political supporter will bring Peter Obi votes? Can you work your popularity magic on the Nigerian electorate?
And not to sound immodest, I hope so, and I believe so. And I do see a lot of people who say to me, "Oh, Aisha, as long as you are in wherever you are, we'll go." And sometimes it
that gives them confidence?
Yeah, it gives them a lot of confidence. Right. But sometimes it also puts a lot of pressure on me, on one, because they're like, "Okay, why are people thinking this way?" But I think I do bring a lot of value into it. But beyond that, Peter will be such an easy sell, honestly. So it's not really about even bringing anybody. It's just about the fact that he is good, he is competent, he cares, he is passionate about Nigeria, he's patriotic, he wants to serve, and those are the things those are the qualities that we're looking for. So it makes it so much easier.
Right. You may believe that, but that doesn't resonate with a lot of Nigerians.
Yeah, so that's a lot of Nigeria, but there are a lot more Nigerians that resonate with. And in politics, of course, you never can win everyone. And I know Peter Obi is always say that, oh, everybody cannot like you, and if everybody likes you, that's a a problem. So, but the most important thing is that many more Nigerians believe he is the competent one. And I would say, in my own opinion, 80 to 90% of Nigerians believe that. Even
where
those,
do you get that figure
no,
from?
that's why I said in my own opinion. I
Right.
didn't say any, and I'll tell you why I say that. Because you see a lot of them, even though they say they're going to vote for other candidates, but they will always say to you, oh, we know Peter Obi is the most competent. We know Peter Obi is a bet. They always have a bet. He should either wait his turn, or now he can't win, it's somebody else's turn, or it's one thing or the other. But they always say it. So when it comes to issue of competence, issue of character, capacity, there's no contest. Peter Obi has it. But it comes to, fear. And one of the things with Nigeria, like Stephen Biko did say, that the greatest weapon of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. A lot of Nigerians, their minds have been taken away, and so they're always afraid. And so they defeat themselves and think that they are not the ones in charge, when actually they are the ones in charge. And I'm so glad many more Nigerians are saying that, and many more Nigerians are ready to say, look, we're doing this, and we must ensure that power, true power, comes back to the people.
Yeah, but there seem to be a lot of questions raised that you're not engaging the North enough, especially the Talakawas, or ordinary people who are major determinants in any election. What's your response to that?
Let me switch. I was born and brought up in Kano. I was brought up amongst the Talakawas. I grew up in Kano. Now, recently we were in Kano, and we engaged with them, and they felt it. We've been in Katsina, we've been in Kaduna, we've been in Plateau, we've been in Mina, and people are feeling it. So I think this question would have been more in tune before we started our northern rallies. But the moment we started our northern rallies, you can actually see that that's not the way it is. But let me tell you something. Do you know the #1 campaign manager for Peter Obi? It's actually Muhammadu Buhari himself, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He has given Nigeria so much bad governance that people have gotten sense. So they know it is no longer about, who is he a Northerner, or who is a Muslim or anything, but it's about the fact that they also are looking for one who is competent. Like when we did our rally in Katsina, when I was speaking to the people, all I needed to ask them, who is the current president? Where is he from? What religion does he practice? But has that helped you in any way? Hasn't that thrown you into so much trouble? And so the fact that we've had this bad governance, we've had the corruption, we have the insecurity that has increased over time under Buhari, has ensured that people are no longer looking the way they would have looked at 4 years ago, and so they are more focused on who is it that will come in.
All right, Mr. Haruna want to come in, and the screen is filled up. So whoever that came last, I'm sorry, I'm going to remove you temporarily. We'll bring you back later on. Mr. Haruna, please, if you want to come back now, you can come in now. The screen is, we have a space for you, please. You can come in now, sir. Somebody just left for you to come in. Please, nobody should use that spot for now. We are waiting for Mr. Haruna to come in. All right, while we wait for that, let's continue to hear what Aisha have to say here. Okay, we have him back now. Okay, Dr. Haruna, good to have you back. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Sorry about that hitch.
Okay, that's fine. It's understandable. Okay, that's fine. Please, everybody, keep your questions very straightforward so that we can do this on time. So, somebody
Okay, I
was
should go ahead.
asking. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, did we lose him again?
He was answering somebody before he went off anyway. He was answering the question the last person asked him.
Oh, right. Yeah, we lost him again. The network is terrible. I hope say not be attacked that they attack him now. They don't want me to talk to us. Very sad. Okay, meanwhile.
Anyway.
Pardon?
They might be attacking his network.
Yeah, because it's strange,
No, he said the other time he was receiving calls. I think calls are coming in.
Okay, we have him back now. Dr. Haruna, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Before they log you out again, okay, somebody already asked him a question earlier on, right?
Yes, I asked the question.
Okay.
Yeah, and I hope you had some You know, I answered part of your question,
No,
did
no,
I?
I don't think he got the second question. He answered the first question. The
Yes.
second
Oh,
Okay,
which
question
one?
can
was
I
when
give
God was locked down.
What
can
was
I
your
give the
second
question
question?
again?
Yes. What was your
This
second question? Go straight to
this
the
this
point,
the,
please.
the second question is that the northern clerics have gathered themselves together and they now said they are going for Obi presidency. And the second question is that in the Islamic belief, like I went through, we have the Sunni and two other tribe there, two other belief there. So I want to know which one does Atiku and Kwakwanso fall in, so that we can get a very wider perspective of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I'll really. That's really not that important in what we are dealing with, because it's not the sect that matters in Islam. Even when they have different sects, anytime they want to have they have a common agenda, they unite, and it's all about Islam. But when they have their fights, even when Ganduje gathered the clerics in Kano, there were 75 different groups. But because they had an agenda of ensuring that they don't have infidels rule over them, they were united. So I don't think it really matters which one, because the way they operate, if Atiku and Tinubu, even though they see Tinubu as not a real Muslim, but it's just for the sake of argument, let's say they are to unite. They will say, because they had already planned that part of what they would do, and their clerics are saying, at the end, they should not go to the polls with 3 Muslims. They will call the 3 Muslims and tell 2 to step down for 1, so that they ensure victory for 1 Muslim. And that time, they lay aside the sect. The sect does not matter. It is Islam then that will matter. But after they have gotten their, whatever is their agenda, whatever is their desire, then they go back to their sect. It's almost like in the case of Christians uniting, whether it's Pentecostal, whether it's Catholic, and saying they are all under can. But when they finish with that common goal or vision, they all return to their different beliefs. So I think basically that's the thing. So I think in this case, it doesn't really matter which group they belong to.
Okay.
When they want to fight for Islam, they fight for Islam.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Let me quickly move on to the next person.
He has not answered the second one, the second question.
He has answered it before now.
Which one was the second one?
The cleric declared for Peter Obi. How strong is that in the north?
Okay. When you say how strong, it's relative. You've seen there have been different clerics that came out to say, we don't want an infidel. Then some came out and said they just want somebody from the north, and even from the north, it must be, from Fulani Hausa or Fulani. So you have different groupings, but this particular one are people that I would say they are more like elites that are able to look beyond some of the current issues that the nominal, the grassroots Muslim may think about, but they carry some weight. They may not be the Gumi, Sheikh Gumi, and some of the other names, because those people may also have a mind like this, but they have something they're trying to defend their legacy. They will not come out to say they endorse him because they don't want the people to rise against them. But those people are behind speaking almost, they are sounding their voice out, but using a different face. So it's a credible one. We know about them, and they're authentic.
All right. Who else wants to talk to or ask?
Yes. Yeah, can I ask him a question?
I'm the next person now. Thank you very much, Mr. Haruna. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Before I ask my question, I will plead that the the body that governs the political campaign of our principal should boost up security to make sure that nothing happens to him before the election. Thank you so much. We appreciate your effort. What I want to ask is that people are really looking at, because hopefully we think that OP is already there. If at the end of the day it becomes the man in Nasrok, looking at the legislative arm of government that is being opposition party that is going to elect them there, along with the present corrupt nature of leaders in Nigeria, we know it is not going to be easy for him to pass sensitive bill that will transform the nation or put Nigeria in a jar of a steady development. His Excellency, we have confidence in him, but a lot of people are checking out this area. It's what we actually discussed before we came. So His Excellency, how is he going to handle this legislative arm of government to make sure that a lot of important bills are passed to the favor of the masses, so that our activities can take place normally in a good, by way of good governance? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. I think basically what we are dealing with now is that Peter Obi is running almost like an independent candidate, but because our constitution does not allow that, so he has to be under Labour. So he will have to choose his cabinet. Most may be from Labour, some will be from diaspora, and some may even be from the opposition. Because as you already know, Obi is a person that will look for competence wherever he can find it. He's not partisan. And he's not vindictive. He's not a person that will go after people. He will look for whosoever has what it takes to move Nigeria forward. So then, with that as a backdrop, everybody should know there are going to be decampings. But people will not want to do it now because it's premature. They are not sure. They don't want to lose. So they are kind of thinking, well, it may work, it may not work. So some are doing underground. There are a lot of people that are talking. They're saying, they're throwing in their support. That's why you're now hearing the language different. People are saying, even people that are already in other parties, they may be governors, they may be in the House of Assembly or Senate, and when they are campaigning, they're telling people, for presidency, I'm obedient. But for the governor, I'm for my party. So basically what they are saying, without saying it, is that let's get the principal, let's get the one that is going to hold the steering and tell the nation and where he's going to drive the nation to, and all of us are going to decamp from the sinking ship and join him. They will not join now. The moment the House is constituted, the Senate is constituted, you will see the highest number of decamping Nigeria has ever experienced. But it will be credible people that you can work with. There are going to be agreements as to who is going to come, but with executive orders that will be given, it will already get the hearts of Nigerians. They will have a taste of what real governance looks like with executive orders. And that will then raise the entire nation, because the difference between Obi and the other candidates is that Obi is a president of the people. It's not really people that are like people that sponsored him and they have to get their money back. So it's the people. It's self-sponsored. So the people are going to rise, and he's going to be accountable to the people. And when he starts doing what is the people are happy with, is the people that will rise to say, we want this. Then the people will tell their people that are in the Senate, people that are in the Assembly, they'll tell them, this is what we want. We sent you there to represent us, not your personal interest. So going forward, I foresee that initially it may be like the takeoff of a plane with a little bit of turbulence or shaking here and there, but it will stabilize and it will be a great flight. It's very obvious. There are already talks that are going on the ground, which I can't get into.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Before I go to the panel again, I have a question on the comment section. This question relatively connected to Nigeria Watch. Do you want me to read it? Right there, it said, please, Nigeria Watch, tell Dr. Haruna Goroh if he can help us invite one of the Labour Party campaign spokesperson to this platform as a guest.
Okay. Let me see. I will have to. There's one of the ladies it's a frontliner. Her name is, I don't know if you've seen her on TV. Her name is Indi Kato.
Yes.
Indi Kato. Yeah.
I'll see her on Arise.
Okay, I can try and see if I get her to join, maybe, but I'll let you know when.
Okay, sir. That would be great.
And she is a great spokesperson that can say a lot beyond what I will say.
Oh, that would be great, sir, because a lot of my followers have been asking that we've been doing this since April last year till now. None of the Labour Party spokesperson or any of them have been here.
Yeah, I'll try and reach out to Ndi and see if she agrees. I mean, you know, they're very extremely busy now. So, but I'll try and see if she can squeeze time.
Okay, that's fine. And anybody else want to ask a question?
Can I ask a question on a slightly different trajectory? It's in terms of the North. I'm just wondering, because since you understand the North better than we, how is it that the Fulani group in the North tends to be overrepresented in the political environment? Because normally, from what I gather, the Hausas are supposed to be a massive Fulani, that's majority in the North, but somehow in the politics of the North, it is represented mostly by the Fulanis. Is there a mechanism that is and is it based on merits, or is there a level of if you like, a kind of privilege that is being assigned there?
Okay. In trying to answer that, I would say almost like ask you a question: how come there are more Muslims in Kwara State than there are in Oyo State? It will be still back to the Osman Danfodio conquest, the jihad thing of conquer the whole of Nigeria, and they started pushing from the bordering states of Nigeria, and as you conquer, it becomes an Islamic caliphate, or everything is under, the Islamic rule. And the ones that came to do that are the Fulanis. The Hausas are the original dwellers in northern Nigeria, and so they are very peaceful people. And some of them are enemies, and some were, Christians. But then the moment they conquer, then their religion, their culture, their system of governance and rule is then placed upon the people. Now, the way it's been going in the Northeast with all the Boko Haram and whatever, that the Chibok girls, it's all about when they conquer, when girls or anybody is adopted, you are supposed to, take their religion, their system of education and everything. So if they are to have their way, the whole of Nigeria should be Islamized, and the Fulanis are the ones that spearhead all that you've been seeing. That's why even when it comes to governance, it is them. They are very militant, they are very controlling, then they use religion as a means or a tool to let people, and the moment religion comes into anything, people they lose their reasoning, and they actually don't give them room to reason. So partly that's why you've been having, mostly it's been Fulanis, because even when there's a Hausa and a Fulani, the Fulani believes that he's superior to a repented or a converted Hausa. Hausas are converted, but Fulanis are the ones that own the religion.
Of course, they don't own the religion. The religion came from
Okay.
the
No,
Arab
that,
world, and
Dr.
also,
Haruna,
but let me
Dr. Haruna,
let,
that
All right.
that's
Let
I
how
just
they
let
wanted to
him
think.
ask
ask a
the
follow up
question.
question.
No.
Let me just okay.
Okay,
If you ask a
so
follow up,
Niger
Saga.
Watch, Mr. Niger Watch,
Yes, sir.
I will. I know I don't know who is asking the question, but I would prefer things that will really help the what's happening right now, and how
Exactly.
can we make matters. How do we
Yes,
get
that's why
our
that's the
principal
question.
there?
I
That's the
guess
question.
it's true.
So
It's true.
if you people have questions related to, how can you help, what's going on in the north, what are the issues, so that people are encouraged to know what's
Yeah,
going
that's
out.
what I'm asking now.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Uh,
the question. Quick question, sir. Thank you very much, sir. My question is, what is the response of the Northerners to the Atiku Gate saga? Is it going to make them, completely detest PDP, or what is their position? Because that exposition is a very great exposition, and I want to know the
Okay. You
response of
can't
the
answer
Northern
it.
people.
You can't answer it. You ask a question. You're also answering it.
Sorry,
Dr.
sorry.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. So on that, you need to understand, Islam does not stop anybody from being corrupt as long as we use it for the sake of Allah. So that's not an issue for them. That's why anybody can steal, they can do whatever, as long as they are very committed and devoted to the faith. So that will work for others that they have a different understanding. But in the north, that really does not play. Somebody can do whatever and use the money, build mosques, do whatever, as long as you are very committed to, as a Muslim, devoted to your faith. So that
Is that
in the north,
correct?
I don't
okay.
think that will have any dent in the north at
All
all.
right.
Something else, not that.
Okay. Another question.
In,
Briefly.
sorry, and when I say north, I don't mean the entire north. I mean the hardcore north.
Okay. Who else want to ask a question?
Yeah, me. One last question, please.
Yeah,
Briefly.
please, Collins, go ahead.
What you have said is correct, and it's all over Nigeria, not only the Muslim, even the Christian community in the south, when they do a lot of evil things and go to the church and glorify God and say God has given them the opportunity. So it's all over Nigeria. They'll be weaponized by religion. So what I want to ask is that if, for instance, from the explanation, if for instance the Northerners now decide to say, okay, from what you said, that if there are 3 candidates from the Muslim, two can decide to back up and carry the other one. If they now decide to say, okay, let them leave Kwankwaso and back Atiku, from the north, because we know that the north is a very big terrain for where you can have a massive vote, most especially a place like Kano and other areas. So what do you think would be the effect of that to Obidati movement if such thing happen? If they decide to say, okay, let Atiku go and just face Atiku, from what you said, they can just go to the same direction if they are spoken as a religious body.
Okay, I think the hurdle they will have, the challenge would be they can get Kano, let me say the north, west, but it will be a big challenge in north central, and then going towards some part of the plateau, Adamawa. It's going to be a challenge. So the votes of the northwest is not enough for somebody to become president in Nigeria. So you already have the entire middle belt that are almost becoming obedient. And so then part of, like today now, they're in Gombe, and then they also touched part of Adama. I mean, if you see the reception in Adama, even though it was just a brief stopover, but it was very massive. So, and they also, you find people, even in Atiku State, people that have suffered because of this insecurity. So there are a lot of factors. It's not just, it's gone beyond just Islam now. They've used it in the past, but the typical Muslims are now saying, wait, we have a question. How come our brother that's supposed to protect us, we are dying more in their hands? How come we are more hungry now? How come? So they are now, it's raising a lot of questions, such that even though they listen to people telling them do this, But there are people that are educated that are also saying, no, we can't let that go. So I don't think they will have enough votes. As long as we don't have the South divided, the Middle Belt divided, but they all say, we want change, let's go obedient. I'm telling you, we may not need a rerun.
All right. Okay.
Can I ask question now?
Yeah, Mr. Schultz, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Haruna, for all you're doing. I saw you in some platforms and watching your shows and all that. I must say a very big thank you to you. You and Niger Watch. Look, I might not have participated in this current election, but because of the confidence both of you have given to me, I'm just so happy. Yeah, my question goes this: seeing what happened in Kaduna, I remember at the beginning of this election or campaign, before the campaign itself, the governor of Kaduna said, those who come to do rally in Kaduna, they imported them from closed shops. Is that closed shop you guys did? That's on the lighter note, though. How confident, are you today, seeing the crowd in Kaduna, and Kano? How confident are you in these two states? Thank you.
Yeah. Now, we're very confident. You must know the crowd, when they compare the crowd, I mean, how many people can a stadium take or a sport field? It's very few. But there are more obedience that are actively working grassroots than the ones that come to the rallies. So the rally, yes, while we are happy with the outcome of how many people come to the rallies, but I think our joy is more on what is going on the ground. There's a lot of work going on the ground. And so for Kaduna and Kano, I think they're going to have a surprise in Kano because they think Obi may never get even 10%, but I think they're going to have a surprise. So, but for Kaduna, it's already certain.
Oh, thank you. Because why I asked that question? Like my friend here to Niger, he's worried about the north, that we haven't seen much of Obi in the north. Just the same question Aisha Yusuf was asked today, and there's this narrative that most of the people are not on social media, so and I know that this kind of a thing, when you are campaigning there, is always translated in Hausa, VOA, and BBC Hausa. So that's why, what makes me to ask that question, because I'm worried. But now you confirm that there's a lot of underground work going on in there. I thank you once again.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay, can I ask a question, please, about
no, you already asked a question. No, we have others here. Hold on, please.
Okay.
I would like, I don't know, do we have anyone else on the panel that want to ask a question before we move on? Okay, let's assume. Okay, Tunaja, go ahead. We are going to close the question from you.
How do you mean you're going to close the question from me?
Guys, you are the last person. You're the last person.
Oh, I see.
To Niger, simple English.
I'm just trying to confirm now. So, regarding the this in the about my question is about what they perceive about corruption. That as long as it's for the benefit of the religion, corruption is allowed. Is that not contradictory to the Nigerian constitution? Then how does that relate to how they perceive the Nigerian state itself? Because if candidates can be corrupt, then how does that lead to accountability of Nigeria? I don't understand that.
This question is for Anek.
I think
no. I think he knows about the North.
Okay, somebody has said something. I think the corruption has been weaponized not only in the North. The North aspect may be at another level because of the level of education and then the weapon of religion, But however, it takes a lot of corrupt Southerners for Northerners to keep perpetuating their system.
Very correct.
Generally, what has happened over the years, any time something is about to happen, people from the Southwest will take side with the Northerners to ensure that the Northerners stays in power because there's a promise we will give you something to the Southwest. That's part of what Tinubu is saying. It's my turn because he's been promised. They've always sided together against the other part of Nigeria. So that has always been used. However, corruption, you see it everywhere. So it's not really a northern thing. I'm just saying because you ask the question, what will they say about the Atiku gate? And I'm saying it's going to have no effect. And even in the South, people that have something that they feel they're going to gain or they're already gaining from Atiku, they will come out, even if Atiku is holding stolen food and is eating, they would say the food was photoshopped. The food was special effect. It's not real because they are there. They have been paid. There are people that are going to gain from Tinubu. There are people that are going to gain. So it doesn't matter, even if they know broad daylight that this person is a thief, this person is not for real, but because of personal agenda and greed, they don't mind the nation being plunged into darkness as long as they can have their, they'll get whatever they want. So it's not just a northern thing. I'm just saying because you asked concerning Atiku related to the north, and I said that is the general belief of the religion. But I think anywhere you find it, it's also in the south, everywhere. So corruption, I think why I'm so excited about the Obi and why I even, instead of supporting maybe somebody from the north or whatever, those sentiments that never helped us, I'm looking at Peter Obi as a man. I think whether it's south, east, west, or anywhere, I have never seen a Nigerian like that. He's just, he came from somewhere else. I don't know where he came from. He's different.
Exactly.
And if Nigeria misses this man, I don't care whether they go to the Vatican or they go to Israel to look for somebody. I don't know if they get somebody like it to take a miracle.
Yes. And we cannot afford to miss it. We can't.
Mr. Naja, one last question, very important, please, if you allow me. One last one.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Based on the corruption charges that they are laid against the two big parties are laying against each other. If you look at what is going on, can't the campaign council of our principal put their heads together with the National Executive Council of Labour Party to persuade the judiciary to bring these people to court and bring them to book? Because what they are doing right now is an absolute display of corrupt activities they've done in the evening that they are bringing into the open. So this can be used against them to disqualify them as candidates.
Okay, I think maybe one thing you may need to understand is that when you hear people talking like that, there are people speaking behind them, and these cases are going nowhere. And it will be a distraction for our principal to start engaging in that. What he needs to use his time doing, because those people are already fighting themselves, and it's already creating doubts among the electorates. Because even if you go to court now, the thing is going to be adjourned, and the case may only come up after the swearing in. So, because the justice is completely another way that we can't talk about now. I think our principal is doing the smartest thing of not getting involved in that thing. Just keep telling Nigerians what he will do if he's voted. I think the few times that he made something that one would say is almost talking about them is when he would say things like, it's not your turn. It's not anybody's turn. It's the turn of Nigerians. We know our age. We don't know. And even that is not saying it sarcastically. He's saying it, you can hear a smart person talking. So if they start going that way, like them Keyamo are doing, and what's his name of PDP, I think it will be childish. Because Nigeria, they're not prepared for that. I mean, even the guy that came to fight corruption with Buhari, what has he done with the people that are corrupt around him?
It might also be a big distraction.
Yeah, actually, that's the main thing.
Correct. Thank you very much.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much once again, Dr. Haruna, for your encouragement, for coming into our broadcast today. We really do appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
I think you should address.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. Welcome. We'll welcome you another time.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I think you should use a minute to address the public, sir, before we let you go. Because
before you let him go.
Yeah,
you don't want me to talk to him at all. This is not good.
Okay. You just coming in now, so you don't have to.
They come late too.
Even if I just come in, because the Bible says the first shall be the last, and the last shall be the first. Hallelujah, somebody.
Okay, speak now.
I think you should be an independent candidate if they allow the Constitution will allow that.
Assuming. Anyway, sir, I just came in. I know that is my own fault. But the only thing I have to say, sir, I really don't have questions for you. I only just want to say thank you, because for the first time I have seen a Northerner, a called Northerner, coming up on his social media to support what the people, when I say people, Nigerians are supporting. This man who is talking here did not follow tribe, did not follow religion, and did not follow politics, as it tends to be. And I want to let you know that you are the very first Northerner I have ever posted his work on my timeline, Facebook. Most cases, I follow you because when I see you speak the truth, sometimes I cry. I say, do we still have people like this in the North?
Me too.
Now,
Me too.
this you have proven. I always use you as an example that when they say Northerners are not on social media, I have spoken here that yes, it is not true. I've mentioned your name severally here. Not just me. We always refer to you as one Northern man who has been on the massive, this Nigeria can be better. That is not
created a difference.
Yes, that is not using the language of I'm a Northern man. We own this country. I want to just say, I'm just here to thank you. I just said, let me see what is happening now. So we have a guest, Dr. Haruna. Otherwise, Dr. Haruna, is because of you I came. I wouldn't have come. I couldn't wear my shirt and say, let me just come and say, thank you,
did not come because of Tunaja.
God don't catch you today. God don't catch you today.
So I just want to say thank you. Keep on the good job, and you are a man that has the voice of the people. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. There's somebody that just came to mind now, the one that worked very close with Buhari, and really mobilized the youth. He's from Sokoto. I'll try and see if I can get him. Please, he's even has a higher distance than Aisha, the influence, because Aisha is seen as a rebellious Muslim woman, so which she has a followership. But this guy, his name is Ibrahim. I'm going to try and see if I can get him. If not tomorrow, maybe on Friday. But I'll check out. I'll send a personal message to your mom through Nigeria if it's fine. Yeah. And then
so what do you mean? What do you mean with rebellious? Because we love her. What do you mean?
No. If when you say rebellious,
let him answer it, lefties. Hold on.
The rebellious, the typical Muslims are not used to seeing a Muslim woman come out like that.
Yeah, that's it.
So, and they subject their women, and they have to listen to what the man says. But she happened to be married to a man that thinks different and allows her. How many Muslim men will not be flying around and let their wives be flying in the chopper with our principal? And everywhere he goes, she goes. So it's even, how many Christians will even do it? If you want to be there to see what your wife doing and who is with her.
But does that mean that they will not listen to her, given the fact that they consider her to be rebellious?
No, I'm saying, what I'm saying
it's
is
okay.
that I'm
This
saying
shows that
typically,
things are changing.
you see,
No things are changing. It's just 1 out of 100.
Yeah, things are gradually changing. It's a process.
Maybe.
Okay. The whole thing about her, she speaks not only to religion, because she's an activist. She's a mover. Everywhere she goes, she almost like doesn't have protocol. So she would scatter the system and let people see all the folly, how they've been, what others may not say, Aisha will say. Then she raises questions. And then even when religion comes, she knows the religion, she quotes from the Quran, she speaks Hausa. So they are now trying to talk against her, but then they say, but truly, even though she sounds like she's a woman that cannot be controlled, but she's speaking sense. So she, in a way, I'm telling you, her being part of this movement has done a lot.
I think she's currently a national asset, actually, from what I've heard. She sounds like someone of conviction.
Okay, hold on. I have a call here. Let me check if this call is directly to Dr. Haruna. Yes, Kona, thanks for calling us. Good evening to you.
Good evening. Can you hear me very clearly?
Yes, we can. Yes.
Oh, okay. Greetings, Mr. Elvis and everyone on the panel. I have a question for Dr. Haruna. He may have answered it, and my network kept going in and out, so I couldn't catch everything he was saying. So, Dr. Haruna, thank you so much for coming to this panel, and thank you so much for the work that you're doing on your channel. I follow you, and I truly, truly appreciate the work that you're doing. So my question to you is that, because one of the biggest worries in this election is the North with regards to Peter Obi's election. So, so far we've been seeing a lot of progress made in that direction. So I just wanted to confirm or clarify, maybe not confirm, but clarify from you based on the rallies that are going on in the North right now and everything that is happening, what is the general outlook about Peter Obi in the North?
Okay, I think I had answered part of that, but generally, when any town or city that Peter Obi goes to, they have to control the crowd that want to, press on him. Some just want to touch him. It's like becoming suddenly a national hero. It's almost like somebody who came to deliver them from something. It's as if everything else has failed us, but there is this, they call, in the North, we call Igbos Inyamiri, but there is this Inyamiri who is here to help us, so people want to see him.
Okay. All right.
Generally, through Niger, if you see any challenge, through Niger. If you see where there is a challenge, maybe a small field was used or they had to be in a hall, it is mostly not because there are no people. The sitting governor of the state tried to squeeze them out. So it's not the people. It will be the person that is there as a governor, just like what they're doing in Lagos, making sure to pull down all the posters of any other party apart from APC, or stop, refuse to give them, or they apply for a venue and they refuse to answer them until the date passes. So that only such, when it comes to those logistical issues. However, but the crowds, if there's an open place where all the crowds can gather, you will have no place to contain people.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. You happy with that?
I'm very happy because what we see on the ground, sometimes people will say, "Oh, you're not on ground, you don't really know what's going on." We've been seeing the rallies. I just wanted to kind of get a clarification as to is it what we're really seeing, or on our YouTube channels or whatever, is that for real? So from what the response, I'm excited.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you
the
so
reality.
much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis.
Thank
All
you.
right, sir.
Yeah, bye. Yeah. All right. Sir, I believe you still owe me my 1 minute to talk to the people as we have the election around the corner. As of today, we have 30 days to go. So 30 days to go. Please use 1 minute or two to talk to Nigerians.
Okay, I just want to say to everyone that's obedient and even those that are still sitting on the fence and observing, I think the Nigeria's timeline has come where it is a time for the people. Even a corpse will feel it. A person in coma will still pick up that Nigeria is not what it should be. And anybody that truly loves themselves and wants and loves their children or their children yet unborn, they should do what is right. I'm confident, I can almost say for certain that anyone that's supporting any of the other candidates like Atiku or Tinubu, they're not doing it out of a clear conscience. They are driven by either money or it may not even be religion because it's gone past religion now. So we have to think about the destiny, our future, and ask ourselves, if I was having, if I was given a choice, who would be my banker or who would be my treasurer, who will keep my money, who will, if I have to travel somewhere, who should watch over my wife, watch over my kids, and I'm given a choice among all these people, and you have money to save, would you prefer Atiku to keep it, Tinubu to keep it, or you prefer that Obi should keep it? I think that's a choice you have to make for yourself. But as a northerner, we've suffered a lot from insecurity. We've suffered, poverty and everything, that has been a setback. We've had the top share. I can tell you that for sure. So, but now, I mean, for me, I'm fine. Most of the things that the general people are going through, I don't. However, if you have blood in you and you're human, it doesn't matter your religious affiliation, you have to think about humanity. And so I would say, going forward, if you've not gotten your PVC, please go and get it. If you have to stay there, go wake up early to go and wait. Being upset does not really give you a PVC. It's patience and staying in there. You have a right to your PVC. Ensure you collect it. And on the day of election, wake up early. Be the first to be there so that you're not disenfranchised. You are not told, sorry, they cut off time. You can't do it. So there should be no excuse from their side. I mean, it must be that you've done everything. And then vote and wait for your vote, because don't ever say that I'm just one vote. 1 + 1 + 1. For somebody to become a millionaire, it's an addition of zeros. For somebody to get to Aso Rock, it's after 1, there's got to be zeros. And the more the zeros, the more chances somebody will get to Aso Rock. Who knows? You may be one of those zeros behind the 1. And so never you let anybody tell you your vote is just too small. And even if you don't get the PVC and go to vote, others would. You are the others. So go and do it. And one thing you can do is to ensure, convince at least 5 people before the election and tell them, I'm voting, please vote with me.
Yes.
Somebody with transport, or you have a car, take people and let them go with you and ensure the vote. And if you need to make them promises that after voting, if you're not bribing them, just tell them, I want to appreciate you. We go to restaurants, we eat, and we give tips, even when we are not forced. So let's all make sure we vote for change. Nigeria's time has come. We are now in the maternity ward. The last push is always important. It may be more painful then, but we will soon smile when the baby comes out.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. I'm so grateful that, especially with your last speech, may God bless you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have somebody on the phone. I'm not too sure. Please just hold on for me. I have oh God, Larissa Moregi on the phone. Good evening to you, madam. Let's talk to us.
Yes. Good evening, Mr. Ninja Watch and everybody watching the show worldwide. Well, this is what I have to say. I want to say to everybody that if we, especially those of us living in diaspora who claim to be supporting Obidati, this is the time. There's no other time than now to actually find something to do. I will start with myself. Today, I reached out to the Labour Party leadership in Edo State, and I asked them, how can I help you? I'm not there, but what can I do? What do you need? And so I had a conversation with them, and I told them that I committed to, over this weekend, starting from tonight, here where I live, to reach out to, between now and Sunday, to reach out to 50, to do my own campaign, door-to-door campaign, I would call it, but I'll mostly be calling people to donate money to the campaign. $20 is what I'm asking. A minimum of $20 is what I'm asking my family and friends for. A minimum of 20. And so because they gave me a list of the things that they need help. They said that they have unemployed youths mostly doing the groundwork. A lot of them, they're exhausted of funds. So I would like to encourage everybody that is listening, wherever you are in whatever country, try and do something, be an active part of it.
Exactly.
Do you understand? Because they do need help. They need help. Like Nigeria Watch, I hate to bring out this controversy that happened on the show a while ago when you said that there are people that are going to need help, some kind of assistance to get to where my sister-in-law in Lagos, she said that she doesn't have her PVC. She's gone there to the center 2 times, stood in line for hours. She said she's not going back.
Yeah.
Because each time she stays in that line, she's losing her income. So she said she's not going back. So we have people like that all over. These people are not giving them their PVCs like they should. A lot of them have to go back to their stores, to their businesses, and they can't go back a third time. So there's a lot of work to be done, and I'm just making an appeal to everybody.
Thank you.
To please look for a way to be a part of this success. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Efrata Catfish. God bless you. Thank you. What she was saying right there is that because there was a day here that I mentioned exactly what Dr. Haruna just mentioned now, by encouraging people with your own money and all that. There were a lot of outbursts here and all that. Trust me, my people, we need to do this thing. If we fold our arms and thinking that it is done, it doesn't work like that. She just mentioned 5 persons in your community. Why Dr. Haruna also mentioned about 5 persons in your own community. Yes, if you empower 5, you empower 3, you empower 2, the other one empower 10, the other one, listen, guys, it's a plus. It's going to be plus. That's still my stand anyway. Thank you very much, Dr. Haruna. Thank you very much for your time, sir. We'll let you go.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Bless. Bye.
Yes, sir. All right.
Yeah, why is leaving? I just want to quickly add to your plus. Your plus, that plus, I think is the best way Nigerians can think about their country. If we want to really get involved, the only way we get involved is through participation. We must participate. We must not stay away or just do the talking. Everybody's doing their part. But mostly, if you stay off Nigeria, for a lot of us that are staying in diaspora, the only way you got to be part of this system is encourage people back at home to do, and that will even make them to even look away from this long truth and vote buying. When they know that you are there for them, you've encouraged them, if they know whatever way you've encouraged them, they will not be looking for 2,000, 3,000 from another political party to go and vote political party. So please, it is very, very important that
essential. Yes,
we take this participation very, very personal. It is very serious. It's a serious matter. Just like Peter Obi said, it is you that is passing through me. It is your time to take over the country. And it's not me, it's you. So if it is us, what are we doing? Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much, my brother Lefties. The truth of the matter is that if you guys checked, somebody actually messaged me 3 days ago. I have the message here. In case you are watching us right now, please write on the comment section asking Nigeria, please, Can you provide an account so that we can donate to empower people and do this and do that? I responded back by, I remember what I said. I said, thank you very much for your encouragement and for your concern. Unfortunately, Nigeria Watch doesn't raise money and we cannot provide any account for such things. But you can do your part or support Obidati's account number. That is what I sent to this person. And many other people have reached out to us. But let me quickly put this through. Do you know why we refuse to come out to say, okay, pay money for this account? Let's go and do something together. Because once we do that, because we're a big platform, people might stop believing on us. Some of them might think maybe somebody pay, for example, now 3,000 naira for that account. Some of you might think that, oh, Nigeria was don't raise a lot of money for this work where they do. So I want this work I'm doing here. I'm doing it because I'm a patriotic Nigerian and I want everybody to believe on me since April to now. So I cannot provide an account. Even my account that we showcase every year, this account here. Let me quickly say this because you can't lie on air. You see this account you're seeing here that we showcase every day here, right? I bet you for the past 3 months or 4 months, for example, the money where people don't pay for this account never reached 30,000 naira or 20,000 naira. Say Nigeria Watch now your own. Because I have to say this. Some people might think, oh, you just put account there. Only God know how much this guy they carry. Please, if you know you have paid more than 20,000 naira here for the past 3 months or 4 months, and you say Nigeria Watch now your own, please expose me. It's here. You see, because sometimes when we showcase it, it's part of our daily activities. Please hit on the dollar sign like Mr. Pansat supported us just now with dollar sign. Now all those one be money where we they see that we can rejoice on. Knowledge 77 supported us. Love of God supported us. As you can see all of them right there. These are the things. Account, you know, not be say people know they support us. So don't get me wrong. For the past 4 months, we have not received, say, Nigeria Watch is your gift, 30,000 naira from that account. You know what that means? So if you have to do division from 4 months, you get to know. But the reason why I brought that in is for everybody to know that we are here. Obviously, yes, we need the money, but we are not here for the money. I don't know if it makes sense. We need the money, but we are not here for the money. We are here for Nigeria to become a better place. If Nigeria are good today, I can invest with 2 million naira and I will be hopeful to get for my 2 million naira to be profitable to that extent to hit about 10 million naira. But today, if you invest 10 million naira in Nigeria, not be joke, you go lose all of them. In fact, you go borrow put and you will still lose them. Nothing is working. I said it the other time. Somebody asked me now. Somebody actually, me and somebody were talking the other day. If I mention his name, Shola, my PRO that came here the other day, both of us were sitting together. We were just joking, you know, because we received 1 or 2 emails. Then he asked me a question. Bros, what say if Tinubu you pay you $100,000 now? I said, God forbid. He said, what about 500,000? I said, God forbid. He said, what about 1 million naira? I said, God forbid. He said, what about 500 million naira? Then I told him, I said, listen. When he mentioned 500 million, and I said, Shola, listen. Do you know why? Even though Tinubu offered me $1 billion today, you know why I cannot accept it? The only condition that will make me to accept that money, if there's no condition like Nigeria Watch, stop. Because obviously, somebody will want to give you 500,000 or $100,000. He go tell you, say, henceforth, don't use your platform to talk about Gabi. Then, I now explain to Shola that how do you now expect me to come back? For example, now to come tell someone like lefties, okay, let's say example now, if we convince lefties, still give out something, Abi, more by talk and say, we go share the money. Okay, how do we not do it? I want to do that meeting, say, okay, lefties, more wear this jacket, more go live, go tell people, say, actually, my people, good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Actually,
only to convince panel itself. for you to convince the panelists.
May you listen now, because we were just laughing about it. I say I can't come on here like this. Actually, my people, I slept last night. I can't dream. No, he said that one not go work. Okay, actually, my people, I can't think everything. I'm not sure say I go be the person. The way they'll take throw stone from inside this panel, it must hit me. There's no way.
Virus, the true virus.
Exactly. One, you have tarnished your image forever. You enjoy that money, fine, alone, but you are finished. There's not going to be any kind of positive description when it comes to your name. I say it all the time on this platform. What do you want to be remembered for? What do you want to be known for? How do you want people to describe you? Everybody needs this money, but you can still, if Tinubu call me today, say, as a Nigerian, patriotic Nigerian, we want to pay you $1 million, no condition. Obviously, I'm not go vex for now. I'm not go lie to now. We go take that money, no condition, and I'll come here, I'll come talk him. But the condition, that's what we are saying. So to come back to what we are saying, my people, since April till now, we did not provide an account for anybody for us to raise money here. Do you know that some of my team suggested with me that, okay, sir, can we raise money? So tell the panel so that we can raise money to print t-shirts, face cap, and all that, blah, blah, blah. I told her, no. If we want to do, I can do, I feel print 10, 20, 50 t-shirts.
Elvis, you don't do now. You just expose everything person they talk for back. I told her. You don't let us know who will be now. You know who say I told the person? I told her.
Sorry.
No.
You know why? You know why, my brother? The truth of the matter is.
Let this leave away talk.
The truth of the matter is, after 25th of February, everybody will recapitulate. We will reminisce. We will reference to every activities of every individualisms from day one till the end. Everybody. Well, but for me, I can hit my chest. Say nobody go freak on say Naija was. We pay you. It's not possible.
Well,
if anybody want to say thank you for your good job, I go use that money to buy better water like this. I go drink and go enjoy them. No condition. Thank you very much, my people.
Now only water you dey buy. You know, go buy something else.
For all you've been saying, we've said this before. Before now, a lot of people were calling in, even before the campaign gathered big momentum like this. A lot of people have been interested from what we'll be saying here. People have been calling in, wanting account and all that, they want to contribute. But we decided to disassociate ourselves with anything that has to do with finance. We only took the publications and campaign online for just free. We don't want to anything.
No, let this. Sorry that I cut you short. Yes, I even failed. I forgot to reference to you. You reached out to me last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
You said somebody called you or messaged your other number you normally put on the screen, right? That they want to raise money, and then you told the person that we don't use our platform to raise money. I told you thank you. Not be me the person reached. I just remember now. That was a week or 2 weeks ago. You called me. But I say you even screenshot the person message can't give me.
Many people have been wanting to make us be part of the finance. No, the truth is this: when you give us money, because you give us money, you're going to be thinking, "Oh, that's the whole world is giving us the same amount of money."
Yes.
And by the time the scandal will start, we will not be able to defend it because
you can't
we
defend it.
We took it. The other one brought it, maybe not 10 but we took it.
Yeah, they will use it as an evidence against you.
By the time people will be saying you'll be taking money, you'll be collecting money from people, your math, you have. So anything that have to do with people's money, we are very, very careful. Very, very careful. And that way you go make example, go call my name. I want to say, bros, if I use like two Nigerian name, where you say, how you want to convince me? I want to say if I use somebody like
seriously.
Exactly. I want to convince me. No, you know why I felt talk about you? Let's say we they talk after the show. We be team. I mean, one content because someone like two Nigerian go everybody go to let anybody talk. I can say two Nigerian actually. You go
It's
say,
not possible.
hold you actually to yourself, my friend.
Jamaica remind you, you must join that army. Say go back, go join army. You must join
It's not
army.
possible.
See, I'm not running anywhere.
You
If
see,
he's going to recruit 1 million, I'll go.
The
Why
truth of
not?
the matter is, please, my people, before we move on now, Dr. Haruna came here, and our own sister, Ephrata Catfish, called all the way from America. Both of them mentioned a similar thing by saying that, please, we should encourage people back home. I beg and they beg. So the reason why you see, say we get all this long talk now, be say, we know they say bring the money. Even me, myself, I don't talk now for yes, I beg. Give me one person from your community where you go hold camera for us that day. We go hold phone for us. More you connect with our software. May we take do it to want do. Nobody don't give me anybody. I know say maybe before that people go give me but in case you not still give me one person, I go still see what I feel do by myself. But it would have been better to see say we have 30 communities now. On that day, we can be live in YouTube. You can be live with up to 50. That is, all of us will be live at the same time. Then I'll be showcasing everything from here. On election day, empower somebody, give the person 5K, 10K, tell and say, so day like this, this polling unit to your number, I don't give social media like this. You go connect you another that one go day live, we go connect and stream out with our this. Connect the other one, connect. Since why I don't talk this thing, I just see past 3 months now. I never get the lemon me.
Okay, I'm just hearing that for the first
We
time.
are working on it, Mr. Najawat. We are working on it.
Okay.
I'm just hearing that for the first time. I just hear now.
No, I don't.
We don't even buy
We are working on it. We are working on it.
All right,
We are working on it.
because we
There's
have
no
30
problem.
days to go. You know, thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you.
Mr. Let it now. Catch now.
Elvis,
Be down. Be a dog.
Elvis,
This man, I
Elvis,
want
the
for
moment
you.
the moment you talk that thing, they talk to mechanic. They are working on it. The work not the finish.
Okay, let's quickly listen 2 minutes from Aisha, then we can start talking on the other round. Thank you, my people. God bless you all.
Make laws, and we must not take it lightly. We must ensure that the people that we send to the National Assembly and the state houses of assembly are people who are deserving of our votes and not people who just belong to certain parties. What we've had today, where we have the legislative and both the National Assembly and the state houses of assembly not bothered about the issues happening in Nigeria, is because 99.9% of them know that they wouldn't have gotten the ticket, they wouldn't have won if they had run on other parties. So their parties were voted for. So their allegiance is not to us Nigerians, but to their party and the power broker. So this is the time for us to change that. This is the time for us as citizens to ensure that we are the ones who are making decisions. We are the ones who are actually electing, not endorsing those that have been selected for us.
Well, what about the northern leadership, the so-called sort of northern oligarchs? Are they for or against Peter Obi's presidency? I mean, I know they don't all think as one, but these are people on whose word millions of people vote, at least in past elections. Are you making any inroads with people like
Absolutely. That's what the vice presidential candidate has been doing. Yusuf Baba Ahmed, all this while, that's what he has been doing. And you know, there was a time I did a tweet.
I mean, they seem to be rather quiet.
Exactly.
They're not coming out.
No, that's where I'm going to right now. I did a tweet and I said to people, I said, look, Senator Yusuf Baba Ahmed has the same work rate as that of Mr. Peter Obi. The only difference is that he is more silent about the things that he is doing. He had gone around the 19 northern states and all of that, and have been having seen high powered meetings with a lot of those leaders, both religious, traditional leaders and other political leaders, but he hasn't been very vocal about it. And there was a time that we had that discussion, and then he started bringing, being more, out there with it. But if you'd see what we have done with the northern rallies that we've started and the kind of acceptance that has been going on, you will know that he has actually been working. And I think it's just yesterday that some Islamic group did endorse Peter Obi as the candidate, accepted him as their candidate, and we're going there. And I think we've reached a place where people have realized that This is not about religion, and this is about competence, and we need to have leaders who can actually care for the people in office rather than us focusing on religion. Religion is a private issue. People should go home and worship their God the way they want to worship, and should not bring it on the national stage. And like one of the things that I love about the explanation that Yusuf Baba Ahmed always makes on the trips we've had is to say to them, Nigeria is not an Islamic country. It's not a kingdom. It's a federal republic made up of different people, and that God doesn't make mistake by bringing us together, and that we're supposed to live in harmony. And you can't just come and just push down only certain group of people or religious beliefs that will be the one to continue to head the helms of affair. And we're doing well, but of course, like Oliver Twist, I will always ask for more. We need to do more and continue that. Nigerians need to take ownership of this. Don't think that, oh, politicians, you don't need to give them money, because we don't have state money. We don't have any looted money. The two people who are running are private people who have earned their money illegally through their private means. We don't have support from government or government funds or government vehicles or government machineries like some other this thing are using. I just saw a report where they said Katsina State government has released about 500 million naira for the visit their APC presidential candidate coming in. And this is a country where there are lots of IDPs, where people are hungry, and they're using the state monies. So Nigerians must come out and also ensure that our own money, we put it where our votes are, to ensure that we get competent people into office, and when they get into office, we hold them accountable.
Okay, thank you very much. We're going to stop that video there. In case you want to watch the full interview, you can go to our Rise. Okay, let's talk. Let's talk on this. We're going to do this. This is the last contribution, and everything we've talked about earlier on, if you want to reference to it, both the statement from the contribution from Dr. Haruna and all that, your minutes, you can now use it now. Everybody's going to have 5 minutes on this last segment. So we are going to be starting with Mr. Shooks Ibubweze. Mr. Shooks, okay, Leftist is back. Okay, after Mr. Shooks, Leftist will come back to you. Mr. Shooks Ibubweze, please use your 5 minutes now, sir. Okay, he's not available right now. Okay, Leftist, talk to us.
Well, I listened to Aisha Yusuf now. I think she has done very well, and everything she has said is in order. Especially the government that, I didn't know the state, is it Katsina, that is using government money to support APC campaign. I think in a normal and sane society, that government should have been, EFCC should have visited such a government. How can you be using public money to support a candidature of your party? At least this is corruption. I just had it from her now. I just got shocked. And news never carried this, as in the main media never took this serious. Where are our lawyers? This is where corruption starts. Are we sure that the governor is actually giving such money to Tinubu? Because Tinubu that has more money more than the state. Are we actually sure? This is where corruption starts. You cannot use state money to be funding individuals' interests.
Do not hear say governorship candidate or PDP governorship candidate say they don't kill him.
I hear that one, the one for PDP.
Peter Obi just tweeted about 30 minutes ago. Peter Obi said, I was shocked to read the sad news of the death of Professor Uche Okeda, the People Democratic Party's governorship candidate in Abia State. They kill him. You know?
Yes, so, I read about that news.
You sure that they kill him? I've been nowhere.
And brother, as we talk, so wait till kill that matter tomorrow. The Nova State can come out.
You sure say nobody the man with the in there. They call it Abaribe, because Abaribe is also from Abia State. You know, it was less than
Abia State there for killer. And they say Abaribe died for London. Then they
no, Abaribe is alive now. But what I'm
I know it can't be.
What I'm saying is that are you sure that it wasn't this guy that died? Maybe this guy is sick.
I don't know. Me don't know who carried the news, so I'm not sure.
Oh, the news is real though. That is Professor Uche Okena. The news.
Yeah, this one is real, but yesterday Abaribe was not real.
let me just quickly read. Maybe I just read it from the news headline because I get the news for my phone since today. How the news still go? It just Abia PDP government candidate Professor Uche Ukona is dead. The Abia State People Democratic Party governorship candidate Professor Uche Ukona is dead. This was announced in a statement by his son, Dr. Chigozie Uche Ukena, on Wednesday. The statement said, I regret to announce the death of my father, my dear father, Professor Eliza Ukena, who died at the National Hospital Abuja today, January 23, 25, by 4 a.m. after a brief illness. He was recovering after taking proper treatment in the United Kingdom, but relapsed a few days ago, leading to multiple cardiac arrests from which he didn't recover from. Further details and arrangement would be made known to the public after deliberations and meetings are made within the family. After months of speculation on the whereabouts of Okena Governor Okezi Okpeze finally admitted during a radio program at last week that the governorship hopefully was lately indisposed. But he had assured the people, okay, let's just take it like that.
Yes, I think you are right, my brother. I believe saying that this one they be one of the concept
Yes, yeah. Now this guy, they come mix am with Abaribe. Now this guy.
All right.
So now that you digress us a little. If we watch this, not just 1 minute. If you watch since the campaign of PDP and APC, now so bad news not the follow. The person not died or get accident. The person not die, people will die for campaign. If people not die, something will happen to them. These two parties, Mona just think, why be these two parties?
The hand of God is fighting for Nigeria.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's move on now to Bulaba. Use the opportunity to talk to us now in 5 minutes.
Okay, yeah, my people, once again, I greet you all protocol duly observed. So, Aisha Yusuf, she's doing a very, very great job. I was waiting to hear the aspect of that her submission where she said Obi has been using more of his money in running this campaign. You see a man who is running for the people, but yet puts his resources, to work. And it was from what's his name? I've forgotten his name. That made it known to us that when Obi was even running with Atiku in 2019, Obi spent over 18 billion naira of his own money in that campaign. So this is a man that is committed to a new Nigeria. And just as Dr. Haruna and our sister Efrota Catfish has said, let all of us, see how we can support one another, galvanize people, whichever way we can. And I want to tell you that I'm going to give you a cameraman. There must be a cameraman in my polling unit in Abuja. That one is rest assured.
Thank you.
I'm going to be one that is going to cover that unit, at least that my polling unit in Abuja. There's going to be a camera there from Nigeria Watch. So I don't, because we are talking about this last video for Aisha, right?
Yeah, you just anything you want to say with your 5 minutes. You don't already use 3 minutes now. 2 minutes.
About 3 seconds. Yeah, but concerning P2B security, please, Labour Party, beef up the security of Mr. P2B, especially around this time where people are going to be more concentrated in the north. Remember that that north is still where they attacked the president's convoy. It is still in the north where they say they threaten that they have the weapon to shoot something down, to shoot aircraft down. So, Labour Party, please, this kind of news that we heard concerning the attack of the convoy of Mr. P2B with stones and projectiles, let us do everything possible to avert such. But Mr. Nanja, let me let you another person speak because there's noise in my background. I don't want to distract the program.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Mr. Tunaja, please talk to us. 5 minutes.
Yeah, about Aisha Yusuf, I think she has spoken very well. She speaks like a modern Nigerian politician or activist, and talking about how she's gonna, support the right candidate and at the same time hold them accountable. And I
Yes.
hope Nigerians pay attention to her because that is how it's meant to be. And Peter Obi too belongs in that this thing class. The same thing. He wants people to hold him accountable. And I hope, and I think that from hearing from her, it's very refreshing to hear from someone that talks the language of modern politicians. It's really strange because I don't often hear it in Nigeria. For her to be silent and without hijab, it just sounds like it's coming from the wrong source. But I have to give her credit, and she's an asset, and I hope she keeps doing it. And we keep her safe and sound because Nigeria is a very hostile environment to people that have, the interests of the people at heart. So we pray that I don't like to pray actually. We hope we keep us safe, and if you what's the point? Because God has given us all we need to protect ourselves, not to be praying for every single thing. And I hope that maybe people you need to be rallying together and having links. Because those links will protect you at the same time, allow you to make more impact. Because she thinks almost exactly like Ninja Watch, and it's good that everybody of like-minded people that want the betterment of the country start doing stuff together, because clearly these corrupt ones, they don't mind sharing sharing their wealth and the corruption together. So, and that's one thing I would say on that front. About the guest that came on and the way he answered the question regarding, because I was asking that question not because of necessarily political reason, because it's something that has been in my mind. You hear this type of story, people talk about Fulanis and all that stuff. I just wanted to get from somebody from the north to explain why that is the case, and he clearly did to an extent when he talked about the religious reasons for it. And I'm a little bit disturbed too that somebody can say that religion is part of the reasons why people can be able to act in a corrupt manner to the state but favor a religion. I think we need to read those religion texts a little bit more closely, because this God works in the mysterious ways, is beginning to be taken too far. I don't think God wants people to be impoverishing the population. I don't think God wants people to be leaving people insecure. I don't think God wants people to be acting this kind of in a lying and using false witnesses. I think some of this is part of the commandments. So this is to do. I
Your network is not stable anymore to Nigeria.
Sorry. That's very rare. That's very rare. I think maybe it has something to do with all the other links that are open. So I don't know. I don't know whether it's going to get better now. Yeah, good. So it may have the fact that they are corrupting religion to you, that they use religion as an excuse to be corrupt, and people accept it. I find that very, very disturbing, because this is why maybe the guest was correct, because you can see the people in Atiku's rallies and Tinubu's rally. You wonder, why are they there? Do these people care that these people are extremely corrupt and stealing their money? And from what he said, is as close as possible to the true explanation of why that is happening. Because some people actually accept it. Yeah, he's corrupt, but he's corrupt for us, for a religious reason. And he's corrupt for us for a religious reason in the South too. And when you think about it, the same thing is happening in a way in America, where some Trump supporters say, oh, they don't care as long as he gives them Roe v. Wade, all those church-going people. They believe, they don't care whether he's talking about women, body parts, and all the rest. You see what I mean? Religious people are very, very strange when they, their kind of morality seems to waver.
Round up 30 seconds.
Yeah, their morality seems to waver when it comes to politics. And that is very concerning, because I think the greater good is of greater importance. And when people distort religion to say that it's wrong and we should call it out, and we should hold our politicians that are corrupt to us and lie to us accountable for what they've done. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Please, everybody stick with your 5 minutes because the time is running very, very fast now. We're over 4 hours, almost 5 hours now. Okay, Victor, please talk to us.
Thank you, Mr. Nagawosh. Thank you, our great panelists. And I want to actually say again, thank you to Dr. Haruna for a good, a very great brief on the North.
You need to
on the
turn down
South.
your TV. We are hearing double voice and noise, everything.
I'm sorry about that. I want to thank Mr. Haruna for giving us a good scope on what is happening in the North, and then what the brief he gave every one of us. I want to touch on one thing he said about the Muslim, in the North accepting even those that are corrupt, that take money and they come, they don't want to know where he got the money from. It's the same thing happening in the Christendom. Where people, you don't know where they get their money, they go and pay their tithe and they come and do Thanksgiving, where you see a man that we all know that is corrupt, is being a deacon in the church, being a reverend in the church. So there's no different about it. It's just all the same thing. It's now become a collective mindset of the religious bodies, the way they do their thing. They do their thing the same way because, when you don't have the rule of law that checkmate the corrupt nature, and you don't build that thing into the populace in a country, like what our candidate is talking about, you allow the system to run the whole thing. If you allow the system to run, you see the system on its own will begin to checkmate all these things that we have. Well, because a man himself, as a man, you only have a limitation. But when you put a system, that system will work fine. And concerning Aisha she's a great woman, is a woman that I respect so much. And I thank God for giving us such a great woman who is a Muslim, dedicated Muslim, and she knows her right in Islam and she knows her limitation. So she's taking advantage of it and fighting for the common man, irrespective of what religion he belongs to. He's fighting and trying to enlighten the Muslim that this is your right. We need to choose. Don't allow them to use Islam to block your sense of reasoning, because God has given you the power to reason. So don't let these people block it. If they block it, you become a stooge to them. So let us open our mind to see what our own brother in Islam giving to us and see this other person, so that we can make a choice between those two people. Not that we are bound, we are tied down somewhere. No, it's a free world, and Islam gives freedom of association. So Aisha is doing a good work, and I honestly tell people that you are, as an activist, you cannot be. I always say I put probability, but I'm looking at it as a way that you cannot be you cannot be good in governance, because even my idol in activism, the late Gani Fawemi, he tried it. And a lot of things, the society we are, they cannot accept you. Even if you go there, you get things messed up because you have a mindset. And I just propel you that you must face this thing raw, But governance is not raw. There's a process. But you, as an activist, you want to hit with the axe immediately. No, things are not done like that. You have to go through a process. Even you see a man steal some stuff that is not his own. That man is not pronounced guilty. He has to go through the process. But when you say this, the activists will say, oh, this, that. Most of them, you see a lot of people, if they don't find if they cannot find themselves into being elected as a governor, you see them, the next day they'll change to say, I'm an activist. So all those things have been rubbish. That is why I don't look at them.
All right.
There are some questions. I don't look at them. So
Thank
I
you.
will advise everyone to really let us do the needful and call our people back home to tell them about obedience. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Elvis, I'll quickly want to take small response on the last speaker.
Okay.
Please, last speaker, Victor Najafo Obi, you do not rubbish. Don't say this how they are. We have two type of activists. We have the political activists and we have the real activist. I'm speaking here. I am an example of an activist. So you cannot tell me, and you are not so sure that an activist cannot manage situations. It's not true. That is wrong. The first thing is your conscience, whether you are a political activist or real activist. First of all, what is your conscience? How is your conscience like? For those that are in government, politicians, and when they could not get what they want, they become an activist. They are not activists. They are politicians who is hiding under activism to sell their goal and to also make money from government. We have a lot of them. They are out there, and most of them want to be politicians. They want to make this money from government. They love money. So, activists, when you are an activist, it is fair. An activist is the best president or governor, a real one that has conscience, that is not after money. That knows the
Mr.
process.
Lepsis, I will
The
take you
process
on that, and I have fact. I will take you on that. Don't worry. I'll take you
My
on that. I'll
brother,
bring fact, and
the
I'll bring
fact,
governors from different countries and those in our institution and other levels. I'll bring it. Well, it's something that we can discuss
I'm
later
very
about.
ready for you. Let's put it on a particular day, not today. It will be this topic. And because I am an insider, I know too much about what you are talking about. And you cannot take me. And I will bring proof for you. The problem we are having today.
Okay, we are waiting for that day. We are waiting for that day.
I am an activist. I've served in a lot of cadre in activism in Nigeria. So I know what it is. I know why I said Ghanaian my God, because I worked under him. I worked under him while I was in the high institution. I worked directly under him.
Like, sir,
You know, activists because they do activities.
I know what I'm saying.
Hold on. When you say you serve under activism in higher institution, activism in higher institutions are about money.
I served under Ganifa Wemi, and later the battle was handed over to Falano. I'm a member of CDHRO.
Allow me to finish, sir. When you were speaking, I kept quiet. I'm not asking where you served. We are talking of the conscience, the truth that we are talking about. Activism in higher institution is all about money. You cannot dispute that. Activism in higher institution is about money. And activism in higher institution is about politics. It's not real activism for the well-being of the people. They are being sold that they got money from students, from government, from authorities of the institution and government. They eat too lot of money. So that is not activism, sir.
Your entire
statement is very, very wrong. Your entire statement is wrong. I'll take you on that anytime, any day. If Nigeria wants to give us time for that, I'll take you on that. I'll give you brief on that. Don't tell me that activism in the higher institution is corruption. That is absolutely wrong.
Contact us again. Contact us and let's make a date on this topic.
Can never agree with you because it's a nursery platform where you groom activists. Don't say it's corruption. Don't say that. It's the word will go against you if you say it.
And I want to tell you that most of the activists from high institution today, they are the most corrupt people in the Nigeria activity sector. Mention names. Most of the activism, and I'll mention name. In my department, in our organization, we have cost to send many off. They are eloquent, good, very eloquent, but their corruption.
Leftists, we'll do that. We'll do this next time. Let's just move on because of time. All right. Obedient Namdi, thanks for joining us, sir. Please talk to us in 5 minutes. Good evening to you. Obedient Namdi, it looks like you're not available right now. So
yeah.
Okay, let me come in, please.
Mr. Najawat, I'm available.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I thank you very much, and I thank everyone in the panelists, more especially Dr. Haruna, and for also reading my question to him of inviting one of the Labour Party campaign spokesperson to the platform as a guest. I'm very happy from what is happening in the north, and just to say that I'm very happy that at least soon we'll be expecting one of the campaign's spokesperson to come here in the platform and address us.
Okay.
And that's the most important thing why I'm here. And
thank you, sir.
So as for Aisha, Aisha, she's a wonderful person. She's doing a really great job for the nation. And also for the governorship candidate, he was sick. That was announced this thing. He was sick. So that's all I can say for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you for making that brief. All right, Prince Collis, please use your 5 minutes.
Thank you very much. I have not much to say apart from just briefly analyzing certain things just because of our viewers. You see, the last video that we just watched is a clarity of what is going to be happening in our political atmosphere in Nigeria. What is going to be happening in our political environment? You know, the confidence of the electorate comes from the reassurance of the candidate himself. You know, when candidate says, hold me responsible after giving a clarity of his mandate, purpose, intention, and policies, then it shows that the candidates know where he's going. And right now, things are changing because the world of social media, you know, has come to transform the world in all ramifications. When I say in all ramifications, in all spheres. So politics and transition and democracy is part of what the world of social media has come to transform. So people are beginning to aware now. Information get to people in a split of seconds. Where they are sitting down, they just open their gadgets, they get the information. So people are beginning to aware of the activities that is going on, the nuisance, the political nuisance that we have, the political powerhouse that we have, the corrupt people are beginning to know that. That's why you see that a lot of people are clamoring to follow Peter Obi now, because they are already getting the true message. And this is the weapon they've used against the people right from time. That is why they don't allow people to have lights. They don't allow them to have access to electricity or power, because this is where they disenfranchise them from getting informed and making their choice. You know, when you are not properly informed, choice becomes a problem. You know, those that are clamoring for the candidates or for other parties right now, there are those that believe in the old way of politics, that believe that yes, it is my turn, you are taking yours, I need to take mine. It is a time for me to go there. It is our religious part. Your religion has taken it. So they don't have clear purpose, no clarity of political ambition. They just believe that you go there, take your national cake, as I was told by my forefathers, that federal government is a national cake. When you get there and reach your family, come back and let another person go in there. So right now, things have changed. So those that are following now, you see that they are the bright youth, the new generation that are following up. So that is why we must follow the race. Imagine somebody was trying to convince me, you know, somebody that used to see me in this channel, called me, we were discussing. We sat down, he told me that I need to come out, you know, campaign for one of their candidates. So I just told him, let's sit down. Why did you think I need to do that? He wanted to convince me. He was telling me about what happened in 1966, telling me that in the Civil War, this is how the Igbos did in the South, this is how they did in the West. I just laughed at him and told him that if this is what you are going to say, sit down, let me tell you. You know. So as a matter of fact, let us follow those that know what it takes to bring true democracy, and that is what Obi is doing. Let us follow up, and at the end of the day, we will enjoy true democracy as it is done in the developed world. Thank you very much.
Exactly. We cannot be living a better life abroad, then you are sending a message from here for people to go vote for APC and PDP. You are selfish. You're not only selfish, you are wicked. Thank you very much, Prince Collins, for that wonderful submission there. Okay, let's hear from Mr. Pansat. Mr. Pansat, thank you
You
very
are not
much.
only wicked, you are satanic.
Satanic, yes. Exactly.
Heartless.
Yes. Thank you. Mr. Pansat, please, thanks very much, sir, for joining us. Talk to us 5
Thank you,
minutes.
sir. Thank you. What a great show. We're blessed to have Dr. Haruna Goroh here today. I listened very carefully to him. I earlier, 3 months ago, I said the way I felt as somebody who's from the Southeast when I hear others from Edo talk about making Nigeria great and they're selecting a candidate just based on their competence, their heart, and their ability. I mean, I felt, okay, Nigeria is possible now. Make we do it. Because prior to that, I didn't feel that way. We're not going to sit here and waste our lives with people who are ungrateful and who don't want to progress. So I bet you it's the same way Southerners in general feel when they hear Dr. Haruna from the North talk the way he's talking, speaking truth without being, not just being politically correct, but speaking the truth. So then imagine how the rest of the country feel when our brothers from the North who are Muslims speak for the truth, for the country, one Nigeria. Then who's going to stop us? Nobody is going to try to stop us. But let me touch on a couple of things. I would like that I be given an extra minute or two to reverse and extend my remarks on these points I'm going to make. I wasn't able to get in there because I was listening from the comment section. So our principal, like you call him, Peter Obi, Governor Peter Obi, is born into the bustle, went to school and graduated in philosophy from University of Nigeria in Nsukka. We know him. That's who he is. And then he went on to get certifications in prestigious international universities such as Oxford, Harvard, Cambridge, stuff like that. But he's a son of the soil that studied in Nsukka. When we're growing up in Nsukka, or when you hear in Nsukka, Ibadan, those schools had dignity and merit. They were good, and I hope they return those to our institutions. So he went from there to be in the bank. He was the chairman of Guardian Express Mortgage Bank and had a banking career that is unblemished. Nobody's come out there and say, hey, you did this when you were a banker. He's a forthright and frugal individual. Some people call him he's cheap and this. He's forthright with public money. He governed Anambra State and did very well. Okay, so they tried to steal his mandate of the people, and he fought courtroom battles in Anambra. You have to know the kind of characters that were in Anambra. He was able to not join them or bribe or do anything. He fought, so he's a fighter and a winner because he came back into that Anambra and then won a lot of prestigious prizes for his work there, both from Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and several other established institutions. So Obi is not a political jobber. It's not. He's somebody that, the reason why I'm bringing this up is for ourselves who are obedient. We should not go expecting to checkmate Obi, because if we do that, then we're giving him all the power, just like what we've been doing over the years. It's us. Obi is a vehicle, he said himself. Nobody should be talking up negatively. We're going to take this country back. Look at the people who surround him. Aisha, Yusuf, we saw her. What an activist, right? So there'll be no checkmating thing going on here. We are going to be there. It's going to be checkmating us. We're going to checkmate ourselves. We have to do the right thing. So we try to give people who are not Obi supporters, we want to make them feel like, hey, we're not boastful. No, this time we're going to take our country back. So going with what, by the way, while I'm on that, let me talk about our friend here. I always do it. That's how I get in trouble with a lot of people. When Dr. Haruna made his statement here, he two Nigerians trying to introduce a straw man argument. He wasn't talking about the tenets of the religion. He wasn't talking about, say, that Muslims go into government and get money and give it to Allah, so that you're doing it with the name of Allah, you could do anything he wants. He wasn't talking about he wasn't talking about religion itself. He's talking about the politicians. That's who he was talking about. And I know that Tunaja is very smart. So creating this straw man when we have an important guest, if he's talking to Obi, he's talking to anybody, he creates this silly straw man. I'm gonna be combating it every time he does it. So I want him to stop doing that. Stop picking and choosing, twisting our guests. So such a guest that came here, Dr. Goroh, that's working very hard. He's not that naive to come here talking about tenets of religion. He's talking about the politicians. Are they Allah? No, they're not. They're doing the wrong thing. So going that from there, let me then touch up on. I want to tell Ms. Yusuf, if you're hearing us, boy, would it be good if you could come here so we could talk to you, right? You're doing a fantastic job. The whole team, the whole OB data team, everything is falling in place. I want to close with a notation that the United States had imposed restrictions and bans from people who committed electoral fraud or tried to in Ogun State, in Oshun, Ekiti, and Anambra State. Now, who would do that in Ogun and Ekiti? Let's look at that. Who could that be? And who hasn't been able to?
They've not mentioned names here, sir.
All right, you know why? Because they don't want to dip their hands on the scale. The Mr. Tinubu, Governor Tinubu, the other day he says, I'm going to go to Britain, and after I go to Britain, I'm going to go to America. He did go to Britain, but was he able to go to America? No. Why not? He flew home. So Americans, they're not into trying to interfere with our elections, but I have a feeling that they're serious this time. I have a feeling that Tinubu cannot travel to America because of his shenanigans with elections.
Mr. Pansa, you're already above 7 minutes.
Okay, so I'll leave it there. Okay, I'll round it up by saying, Leftist, it's good to see you and all the.
No, Mr. Pansa, no, I don't support that. You never say
two of you.
See, Leftist is just coming now.
Yeah, two of you. Oh, of course, you. Every like I said before, everything I say good about Leftist goes to you, our chairman, and Chips. Yeah.
I know
Leftist is a great comedian. When we win this election, we have to give him a whole hour to entertain us with comedy here. Thank you very much, everybody. Be strong. Don't be timid. We're gonna go there and we're gonna take our country back. Period. Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Pastor. That was a very beautiful comment for me, and I'm going to take that to sleep tonight. Thank you very much.
Can you imagine? See this one. See this one. Comment for you. Now let that one. Now you see. Then you want to respond back. All right. The last person that we have here now, Mr. Victor. Please talk to us, sir.
I never speak.
We don't call you Taya. You know answer us, sir.
No, you don't call me.
No, we call you more than 3 times. You know answer us. Now you be the first person who passes. Is that
wow?
Yes, now 3 times. So your name is don't borrow and give another person.
I do, Gidigba.
Okay, talk to us. Talk to us.
Mr. Chooks, this is when Jesus Christ tell Peter, say, you go deny us, you go deny me 3 times before the cock. We call you, they tell us, say we not call you.
Maybe I skip something that time.
Okay, talk to us. 5 minutes.
Yeah. Thank you once again. Listening to Aisha Yusuf there, she speak like a mother. She said it before. She have no reason to send her kids abroad to study if the country is working, or for her to go to medical checkup abroad. That's the kind of things mothers, do. They plan for the future. So seeing her in that interview, I was delighted completely. And she doesn't want any ministerial post. All she wants to do is make sure those things he promised us, like he said, hold me accountable, that we make sure. And she made it clear. she chose somebody who will not send them down with tear gas when we demand our right. That is her. That is her in her, at her best. All the work she's putting in there is to make sure that the right person comes in. And with the help of everybody, the likes of Dr. Haruna, I see him go on, places and speak, and people respect him, and people knows him, and he gather people. Look at the last statement he made, that if need be, let us support our people. Let them get these PVCs and support them on the day of the election. They will drink pure water. It is in a hustle. So I'm calling on everybody to do their best. I'm joining the likes of Aisha Yusuf, Dr. Haruna, to ask everyone listening to me now, or rather us, to do the right thing. Let us do this thing. Let us make Nigeria great again by choosing Peter Obi and Dati Yusuf to be our president and vice president. Thank you.
God bless you, Mr. Schultz. Thank you, sir. All right. Mr. Victor, please, if you are there, talk to us.
Hello, good evening, panelists. Good evening, everybody. I came in when Dr. Haruna was being interviewed, and he was answering some questions from panelists, and he gave us a good insight into the northern mind, how the Hausas and Fulanis are thinking. And to be honest, I was shocked. In fact, shocked is an understatement of how the hierarchy works, where the Fulani man thinks is higher than the Hausa, and how the northern sects are divided. So like the Muslims are split into different categories, just like you have in Christian, you have the Catholics, you have the Pentecostals, and then you have the what would I call them? New Age, like Oyedepo, Pastor Chris Oyakhilome, and all that, who are not Protestants, they are not Catholics. I was so shocked to hear that. And also another thing that I heard from him was that, look, if you go and steal money from outside, bring it into your religion, and you build a mosque with it, it is acceptable. Honestly, I have to question the mind and the conscience of that kind of activity within a religion, because the same Quran says that, look, if you are caught stealing, your hands are going to be chopped off. How come these people, the rich people, they don't have their hands chopped off? But if a poor guy goes to the market and steals a tuber of yam, that same Quran is going to condemn the guy. So, the Muslims, no disrespect to them, they will have to go and look into that issue. If somebody can steal a tuber of yam and their hands gets chopped off, what about the guy who stole 2 billion? Why is their hands intact? I'm not advocating for violence here, but I'm just questioning their mindset towards their religion. But he did very well, and he wanted to focus on the activities of the obedient movement, and he advised. I hope that he comes here again, or he brings he promised to bring somebody down. We want to even see Peter Obi himself. We want to, ask him questions. That would be very great. And another thing that I want to add to that on a different topic is that I noticed that in this period where things are very serious, only a very few of our so-called comedians are taking this thing ahead and coming out and being obedient without fear. A lot of them are either hiding away or they're just doing their own thing. You know, I want to give thanks to AY is not really a big fan of mine, you know, but you know, I don't always agree with him, but I like what he did when he featured Peter Obi. You know, Mr. Macaroni, I want to thank him. If he's here listening, I want to thank him. There is another cartoon comedy called Takbo TV. That one, I want to thank him because they bring up certain things regarding politics and they tell people to vote wisely. They encourage people to be obedient, you know, a cappella as well. You know, these are guys that I watch when I come back late from work and I'm tired. I just want to relax. That's 5-10 minutes when I have to have my meal before I go to bed. I just listen to these guys or watch them. You know, I want to thank them. And then I heard leftists arguing with somebody earlier on about activism and politics. The two are not intrinsically linked together. Activism and politics there is a thin blue line between them. You could take, for example, now if we go back to when activism started within the Black community with Martin Luther King in America, we all saw what happened. Yeah, he was fighting for something, and he was a minister, he was a pastor, and he was fighting against racism. He fought and he sacrificed his life for it. And today now, what is Black America saying? They are reaping the fruits of what he fought for. Although he was not a politician, you know, but he fought for something. Activism is a spirit, you know. Now, if we bring it forward to what is happening in Nigeria and you look at Omoyele Sowore, today, a lot of obedience. You cannot deny this. Yeah, Sowore was the person, love him or hate him, he was the person who sparked that matches. He dared to fight Buhari, and we all saw what he did to him. They first made him an example, locked him up in Abuja, and the more they locked him up, I mean, while they locked him up, his word was going around, you know. Take it back, take it back. That led to NSAS. If anybody wants to challenge me on that, no problem. You can come and challenge me. But that was the matches that led to NSAS. And people started waking up and started seeing that, look, oh, this government, they are not the monsters that we thought they were. We can actually challenge them. And moreover, 20 years ago, nobody could do this in Nigeria. There was no social media 20 years ago. There was no internet even. We barely had those small phones with green screen. What's it called? Some people call it brick phones now. Those were the kind of phones that were available. No touch screen then. You could not even see a single video on your phone 20 years ago. So the revolution started slowly. So I will give Sowore some credit for that. Although I don't agree with him in everything that he does or says, especially the way he spoke about Peter Obi, I do not agree with him. But to say he started a revolution that is going on in Nigeria today, I will say, okay, I'll give him some credit for that. Even though he was kicked out of the march at Lagos during NSAS, well, he has done his part. Maybe that is the role that God told him to play. Start the fire and others will run with it. You know? So that is my submission for now. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Victor, thank you very much for your deposition, but I quickly want to respond to you also. Why I responded to my brother Victor for Niger for Obi, why I responded, you know, this is Aisha Yusuf, an activist, on the train of Peter Obi. So you cannot say because he's an activist, because that's why I responded. Let me just tell you why I responded. The reason why I responded to him, because we're not talking about activism here at all. We are talking about movement that will bring Nigerians into power. And we now have one of our own, Aisha Yusuf, as an activist who Nigerians called upon. She didn't just be part of it. Nigerians were saying, if only Aisha can, if only. Most of us also said, if Sowore can also. This is the difference between the two activists. I'm bringing an example. A real activist, since Aisha have been going out with Peter Obi all over the world, have you had any negative thing about him, about her, sorry, that Aisha collected money somewhere, or he did, or she did this? Have you had it? I am having an activist background, and nobody can take me on activism. And I will tell you things you don't know and the secrets you don't know. Revolution, real revolution is from the people. You don't command it. And if real revolution want to take place, it was the end SARS that the people get tired. The people, if the people agree to do revolution, we will see revolution. It comes from the people. You don't organize it. It is not organized. And you went far to make sure our black brother that set the black Negro free. We call it they call it Negro. It's an insult. Or anyway, sorry for me to use that word. You see, he came from a Catholic background and went against some of the things that he didn't like. And those things he was fighting for, he stood. Is that not a leader, sir? He's an activist. Did it compromise in any way? Did you hear he collected money from anywhere? Did you hear him fighting for any position that there is money? Or did you hear anybody coming to say he did this, I did not do this? This is the difference between a political activist and a real activist. I put my face here every day. If you know me all over, say where I have collected one dime from you through activism, or where government have come to say you want to give me money, I collected, or I ate with them, or collected gifts from them. There's difference between activism, rich activism and political activism, and nobody has stand there to say who want to take me up. Let's put it on the
All right,
another day. So that's just the truth.
Yeah, I don't really understand what the argument is all about, to be honest.
No, the argument is, you know why I just mentioned why I responded to my brother, because I thought Aisha is an activist, and we just played Aisha videos online here as somebody who is supporting Peter Obi. Then one of us now said he does not believe in activists in government. We did not play any other person, it's Aisha. And that's why I responded. As so far, nobody has ever.
No. You are getting it wrong. You are getting it wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's not believing. I didn't say I don't believe that. I said an activist cannot be a good government. It cannot be good in governance. Cannot be good in governance.
Yes,
I did not say Aisha. So that's
okay,
what just understand my statement.
I understand you, sir. I'm only responding why I responded, because the word activist, the only person that will play the video that is an activist here today is Aisha.
Okay. Anyway, thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate every one of you. That is the end of the broadcast today. I want to thank you, everybody that have joined us here on the panel today. Please don't ever relent. Let's continue to fight till the last day. We have 30 days to go. Already around the corner. Let's continue to push harder. I appreciate every one of you on the comment section. You guys have been so wonderful. Thank you, all our spectators. You guys have been watching us from since 1 minute now.
Can I just watch? I beg, before you close the show, I just want to thank you for your relentless effort, because this morning it was on the newspapers that parents and NAS, they are now putting pressure on INEC to extend to give university students 2 weeks holiday during the election period.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
so that they can vote for the presidential and gubernatorial.
Exactly.
Wow, that's great.
So that they can travel to their polling units, because that they registered when they were at home during the strike.
Yes.
You see, and I will be the first people where they bring all this, where they talk about these things. So, we raised the alarm on it yesterday. Other sister platform they picked up. And you see, so that's why social media is our government. That's it. Speak here, they don't like it. They don't like it.
Mr. Niger Watch.
Yes, sir.
I also have one question. All throughout the times I've been here on this show, there's no too much discussion on a very important issue in this campaign, which is the fact that in the past, Obasanjo picked, who's a Christian, he picked Atiku Abubakar, who's a Muslim. And after that, Yemi Osibanjo is picked by Buhari right now. But this Tinubu, this Muslim ticket, how come we don't talk about it? It's very, very important, especially
We
to
have
northern Muslims who were
we have
disrespected by
we
that
have
tribe.
already talked about it so many times. I think before you came in. So ever since we just thought we are focusing on our principle because we cannot continue to be repeating ourselves on Muslim ticket. Every reasonable Nigerian should know that Muslim ticket is a taboo, is a forbidden, is a sacrilege. Nobody should accept it. So we've talked about it more than 10 times here before, but I decided to skip out of that because I don't really have much to say about that. But I don't mind if you guys want to divert there.
No, it's a
So,
distraction.
I'm
We don't need
thinking
it
that
because we are
Muslim
focusing on our
ticket.
principle.
I think we've overgrown that aspect
exactly,
of
we've
Muslim
passed there
ticket.
already. We can't change
We've
anything about
passed
it,
there.
even though we discussed
We have
it.
already said capital
Yeah.
regimento to
I'm
that.
saying
So
my suggestion, just hear me out, is that we don't have to say it in a negative way. It's
No.
a truth. It's nothing. We're not gonna be
Even though you
gingerly.
want to say it in a negative way, it's still fine. But the fact is that talking about it today, what infects?
It's the effect is big. Oh, hold on, it's a very big topic. Just think about it. You don't have to make a decision right now. I believe that we have to deal with that almost every day. It's not an event. There are a lot of people in the north who feel marginalized, right? Now, anybody who is a fundamentalist is never gonna support the right thing. If you're a fundamentalist Christian or fundamentalist Muslim, this is a secular country. You cannot go and get a Muslim ticket, especially
Mr.
a
Pansat,
Boko. Hold on. So who's that? Who's interrupting me? I'm just gonna land.
This is gingerbread man. What I want to before you conduct 1 second. The
Yeah.
reason why this Muslim ticket is a no for us is because of the characters of those that are involved. Don't forget that Abiola time is a Muslim ticket as well.
Right. But let me land. I hear what you're saying. I'm not swayed by what you're saying. It's not just a Muslim ticket. It's the entire our countries is hinged on that. It's not an event. It's something
we'll find a
that
day
we
to
have
talk
to deal
about
with it, and deal with it strong. It's not about we can talk about anything else. One of the major reasons why Tinubu, aside from being unhealthy and all that, is that he picked Shetima in a Muslim ticket. It goes all the way, including Kaduna. There are a lot of Nigerians, patriotic Nigerians, who are enraged by what.
A lady actually called us the other day, I think last week, and she said we should talk more of Shetima because Shetima is it's similar to what you're saying.
Right, because
Yeah.
those peripheral issues that will come here, the gossiping thing, and there are things that are fundamental. This is one of those things. He cannot disrespect Nigerians by going and picking a Muslim ticket like Kaduna, where you have a lot of people getting killed because a Rufai is of the same crop. So we have to be bold in taking our country back. We're not sneaking in to take our country back. We're coming boldly. I'm telling you, because
Other things,
one of the biggest things.
Sir, other thing you should also know that is that whenever we are here with our original topic, the vaccine is allowed. Like yesterday, you people brought Showore here. Showore was not part of the topic at all. So once you bring it in, then we will jump on it. That's not a problem.
Thank you
We
very
all
much.
are working
Thank you.
together here.
Thank you.
Just like Mr. Pansat, I want to join Gingerbread Man on his own deposition. Actually, when we started here, we were all saying religion is not the problem. It's not our problem. It's the character. Like before now, I personally state I don't care where the president is coming out from, whether in the north, south, west, anywhere apart the president is a Nigerian. If the president has the character and it has the heart of the people, the problem we have is not really the religion per se. It is the character of the people. That is why the Muslim ticket of today is raising an eyebrow, is causing problem. Assuming Tinubu went to pit Peter Obi, do you think Tinubu would have still been recognized this news of his wouldn't have still come out.
Okay,
It would have
lefties,
still come
we
out.
shouldn't expatiate on this. We need to close now. It's 5 hours. So you are
Okay.
going to a new
Oh,
topic.
sorry. So I just wanted to quickly just
I
make it
understand
clear.
that. Let me just quickly insert there for you. What the mistake you're making is that you're looking at a Muslim ticket as a religious issue. It's not. Section 318 of our Constitution 1 defines what a federal character, the doctrine that you have to include. You cannot be marginalizing people in the north who are Christians, and that we're just going to ignore it because it doesn't affect us. It's doctrinal. It's in our constitution. It's not a religious issue. They have to feel like Nigerians in order for us to be one. So Tinubu and Shitima are playing the games or going and renting a bishop's robe and playing all kinds of. There's no time for more games. People are getting killed in the country.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
It's not a religious issue. Thank you.
We will discuss this on any of the broadcasts as long as it's brought up early. That, like I said before, diversion is allowed. Yeah, we've diverted from our original topic in so many cases here. So yeah, or we might schedule a day, just bring it here. But talking about it just now and tomorrow we don't talk about it again, I don't think it's going to make sense. So it's better we continue to bring everything that we think is a problem, is an hindrance. We should continue to bring it up on air. We will address it. Not on when we are rounding up. You can bring it up. Everybody embrace it. Then I put it as a second round. Let's talk about it. That's why we are here. Everybody is directly, indirectly, in their own way, fighting for a better Nigeria. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you, every one of you today. Remember, we all are working together here. If you depend on me, say, Mr. Niger Wash, trust me, we're not going to go anywhere. As I come here, my duty is to turn them on, bring everything we want to talk about. Your own duty is to come here, either correct me or add to it or give your own submission. Yes. Or even bring something that I'm not aware of. I think Mr. Shooks shared me. Mr. Shooks was the one that brought Aisha to me today. And he shared another vital video, which I'm going to be talking about tomorrow. I don't want to mention that. I've already kept that video properly. So that these are the things that we want. Share me stuff that you think that, yes, we might talk about. If you think say Nigeria don't see everything, allow. That's why I argue with people all the time. When you share some videos, you see some people come out from one corner saying, now old video. There's nothing like old video. There's nothing like old news. The news where you hear 20 years ago, person day today will never still hear them. The video where you watched 10 years ago, somebody they will go watch out today, go say, wow, please, can you play that video again? When did this happen? You'll be surprised. Say, video where happened 10 years ago. That's why I don't believe anything is old. So if you believe I've seen everything, trust me, and allow, we must help each other. If you know there's a breaking news, wake me. For that, don't use
Mr. Niger.
Yes, sir.
You get the one where you never show us. The one where they say election na 25th of October. Now our governor talks so say they go give PDP 1.5 million on the 25th of October.
Now
let them begin to come out. Yes, now.
I not see him.
For Delta State.
I don't see him. I mean, you see now, is it not what I was saying?
He talk am.
But when I go see him, I go keep and hope he say I don't see him.
Don't worry, I
go. Let it make us forget them. When let it they bring religion, I make us forget them.
Now, 2 eyes I get to. If you not see things like Mr. Chief,
well,
like you did today,
always
draw my attention to it.
The person is saying, I mean, make them forget. I bet. While not too much, if I will make them forget, you don't do mostly keep them for another day. Don't talk now, we don't know.
And another thing is that, Mr. Chus, the way you shared it today in the private section, I think that is very important, because anything you want to draw my attention to, if you cannot get me on WhatsApp, please share it to the private session. Then I'll keep it from there. Even though we cannot talk about it straight away, it will be for the next topic. Certainly, 2 of the video that you shared today, one of them have already been played. The other one is certainly going to be amongst videos that we're going to be showcasing here. You know, we have Mr. Peter Okundaye. Mr. Peter Okundaye, thanks for calling us, sir. You have only 1 minute. Yes, 1 minute.
The video you're talking about, I said it to you yesterday. I said,
I know they hear you, sir. I know they hear. We know they hear you.
okay, I said the video that they are talking about, the Obaseki. Yes, it's the video I sent to you.
I bet for.
He said, yes, in your WhatsApp, this WhatsApp I called.
I know, sir. I received more than 1,000 messages on this number. So please forward it straight away now so that I can recognize it.
Okay.
Yeah. Just go back to Naija Watch, forward that to me again. Let me just wait for it now. If not, I know fee session. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Let me do it.
Yes, sir. I know go see him. If you want to draw my attention to a video, please, if you forward it to us and write the title on it, because trust me, we receive lots of forwarding every day. I can't click on all of them. If it's very, very vital, if I did not respond to it, bring it here, put it on the private chat. If I not still look talk on here, Naija Watch, check with the private chat. I go check them. That's so. Let's help each other. It's not easy. Now only one head. Sometimes if I want to come out here, my come on air. No, they understand. It's not easy. I can't wait more the 25th. Rich man, they come out how I like. Even though I want to come around 1 in the night, I'll come at people. No matter, you must, tell me, you must see people who go join me with the talk here. To have a specific time I must come at is not easy at all. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Somebody else is joining us. We don't close. Mr. Dele. Hey, thank you. You don't go. Hey, don't go by yourself. All right. We got to go now. Thank you so much, my people. I appreciate you all. And God will bless you. Now continue to share our video. We still have over 300 people watching us right now.
Mr. Naija Watch, I'm just sending you a link right now showing that Borno State has already declared 8 days holiday for the elections, presidential and National Assembly.
Okay, is that a video link or is that a video link or article link?
Article link on the private chat. I'm sending it to you now so you can read it.
Okay,
I've just pasted it.
No, I've saved it, so better.
Okay, that will be for maybe if you want to talk about it
tomorrow. Yes, I've saved it. Thank you very much, sir, for sharing that. You see, now so we'll take the episode out. For now, as you say, Naija Watch go bring everything. Like wait till I see. If I see, say, pass out, go secretly do wedding with another person. Now only that one I go break on here. If I see, say, leftists, na Fulani, Esme, they good.
If you don't mention my name for this, if you don't mention my name for this matter,
yes, sir.
I want to give you another title. Now you be our Geo Naija Watch.
I don't like that too. No.
Now our title now to say we are present, sir. That's our title.
No, it's not the work like that too. Like if you are not support me, don't go work. Maybe you don't see the way Victor just send that console. These are the support I'm looking for. If you say, "Mo, let me do my research," sometimes my break go the hot. Hell God, you don't understand.
You say you don't talk about water. Say what did they connect you with water? Every time you say you drink water.
You don't understand. Immediately I press the end button right now. Research does start. Then you don't enter bed probably. Sometimes I'll go do research finish around that kind 1 or 2. I'll come sleep early in the morning. We already started another research again. Joining man. The work not easy, my people. More know you're good there. But we thank God for everything. I'm doing my part. Even though nobody is seeing me, I know God is seeing me. That's the most important thing. I want a better Nigeria. It's just the truth. I'm living a better life in the UK, and I want to live the same life in Nigeria. I know they drive for UK, man, they look side mirror. I know the person not go knock for dummy, they say, oh God, I know I've been a Boko Haram.
You don't detest how they report yourself, say you not be good driver. You get driver who they drive, we know it looks side mirror.
Go Lagos, may you drive, may your eye know your day side mirror 24/7. You are finished. You are finished. If I go out to research about what I said, 24/7.
No,
So
no,
they
no,
drive leftists.
no,
Look,
no verse. Nah, not so me. You can't tell
see
me
am,
about
like
Tinubu
this.
people.
You're gonna look left, right. You go lock your door.
Maybe as you can't look left, and you can't see one particular red card or they follow you. See, you can't focus. You look your inner side mirror. You look left again. You look right. If you are person, I can contact the person. Alpha, you get this car where they follow me. We'll pass this road. That one can say, pass this road, most where I go follow us. You will pass the road. The guy will follow you. Say, that's how I talk. Yeah, hey, like there be this and there be this. Forget that thing.
Wait,
The only time when they look inside mirror for
Elvis,
UK now when
Elvis,
it's necessary.
Elvis.
Yes.
So people they follow, they know say if they know they look your black glass.
My brother, for the first place, if for Nigeria they follow my car, you don't know they inside the car because all my windows are blacked. Even the wiper, everything is black. So if they look for front, you don't see who they inside everywhere. So, but what I'm saying,
Police know they arrest you. That's
no,
illegal.
I have a license.
Okay.
Yes, I got a special license for it. You know, so that's just it. You don't go see who they inside the car. No matter even they put eye like you don't go see them from front or everywhere. But what I'm saying left is say, God forbid, somebody they trace you, they go. But since when me they that God forbid, I don't even since when I reach UK, I never use the word God forbid though. I know they remember to use them again. Because now the situation where we they face for Nigeria, and I make all of us they say, God forbid, I rebuke, I ban, I this. Not be everything that they banned. How many times you they ban for UK, for France where you did? We should say it, Iris, because our country not.
Wait, Elvis, now me they talk to.
Now you they talk to Oga. You they bind, you bind. How many things you bind this morning?
I tie anything I want bind. The test
Okay, when you go Nigeria, now you not go bind.
I know they bind though.
Bind
waiting about bind.
My brother,
the truth not say more not talk.
We want
whether Christianity, whether not Christianity or na Muslimity, anything on both religion now the same thing. What this one they do? This one.
No, we are not talking about religion leftists. It be like say you not still know what they talk since then.
I understand what they talk.
No religion we are saying.
You make sure bind.
Insecurity.
You make sure bind. Now the
is a reference. Is a reference.
Now the bind maybe they put mark for religion now.
Reference
prayer,
leftists. Everybody know is a reference. Now you they go
find na English word na leftists. Na English word.
Who talk? Now bind who take the bind, not be the other be who you go to measure. Look at here.
All right. Is everybody don't talk camera for you now lefty so.
And the time I talk today, I want to make a verse where
the lefties not the verse, so no matter what you go there, not go verse. You know, sabi verse.
They see me, they wear black glass. I look like who the verse. Now they wear black glass, the verse. I bound you. You are blocking heaven and earth.
I don't have my hands are up.
Lefties, and then only one word to come out for his mouth. This man. You can't see because I'm badly ever head now. Jesus. Okay, make we they go. You don't reach. Thank you. Lefties, I will do you as well. Not worry. Me go on Friday go come now. You left it, Mona, not forget, left it not supposed to do this broadcast though. He's not invited. Now Friday me go pepper ram.
Lefties was absent yesterday. What happened? Where were you?
You call roll call. You call my name. No answer.
He go walk. Now walk. You go find money.
No, this is why we hear the attack all of us this evening. What did we do you?
Next talk. Next at the wait. Next talk.
You go the attack everybody. Yeah?
No, I'm just saying we miss you. We miss you. That's why.
I cover myself with the blood of Elijah.
I talk now. If be pastor, be father, I bow.
Okay, lefties. At this moment, now can be your friend now amongst all of us with the here.
Well, everybody with there now my friend, but if I want to pick friend where look like me, and now Victor wear glasses like me.
Okay, No, but Victor, now fair man, now you too dark. They're not even they see. Why you're black like this, lefties? Why you black like this?
A
That's why I be
black man, and
Nigeria now.
son, I ain't beat away for
I
Nigeria
mean,
now. You don't forget.
saw they beat you for France like that. Code they
Why am
decide.
I,
Code
why,
not they
why am
decide.
I Africa? Why am I Africa? Why am I in Nigeria?
No, you too black, my brother. Go buy pomade. Pomade me to rob.
What to be pomade?
That person will say
Lefty is from Kenya.
That person will say left is a comedian. That person don't lie at all. Man. I'm being entertained right now. Man.
Okay, lefties, you don't know what to be pomade. And I never know lefties. I never know if you want to laugh, just they look for trouble. Lefties, okay, now you don't know what to be pomade. Somebody is watching us from somewhere. Load that one from there, please. Know your telly or gadget if you're muted yourself. Thank you. All right, lefties, if you go New Benin Market, you see that woman with the right hand side.
New Benin Market for Europe.
Okay, okay, they don't get.
Hi, New Benin Market.
Okay, lefties, let me tell you one thing. Might surprise you. We get Olia Market for London, in case you don't know. Mail London, what do you call them? Peckham. We get different markets there. Olia Market, Ekiwa, Ekogbene, Ekogunu. All of them did there.
Wait, are you speaking in tongues? What is Ekigbono? Ekiogbolo?
No, people in the year Benin, you know the year Benin. People in the year Benin know what they talk about.
Now, Red Benin Market, you want to talk and Ekiwa.
Okay, Orugbene, yes, Orugbene Market, yes. They get Orugbene Market there. They get Ekiwa there. They get Olia. They get Ogego Market. All of them did there.
Peckham not the place. So.
Just now, not in
Peckham Market in Nigeria. Anything you want. Whatever soup you want, whichever soup you want cook.
So now they
cook everything they did.
Although I know they stay for London, but if you define anything, once you drive reach there, you go see everything. Nothing.
Okay, now do well for giving me the information.
And another information, you know, so I say me go buy pomade. Now, person don't talk for comment section. He say na Stella pomade. In case you look for the exact one you want buy Stella pomade. So you don't get
Stella pomade go make am black the more. Chileke, you don't like lefties at all.
Left is too black.
Lefty don't shoot your enemy now, and I can't also.
The problem be say not be the Stella be my problem. Now the pomade that be my problem.
Okay, lefties. Somebody they talk say for whether Martin Ambassador they talk say whether me not black. Wait me fair for where lefties they now. Look
for real life or before camera.
Now you black, they don't even they see you inside.
No, put light on where. Put light on where.
No. Because for what me they see here now, you black past me.
No. Your camera they deceive you. May Mr. Victor judge this case.
The light for left side. You be like say make they shine but small. Be like say put some brownish makeup on face. But Nigeria was there lighter than you a little bit. So you black pass more.
For skin color, our today topic not be skin color and complexion.
Okay, no. Lefty, before we move on, you accepted that say you too say who?
Yeah, just like I said, today we must not talk about skin color and complexion. We are talking about Peter Obi winning next month.
No, we don't finish our shift. Our shift will not close. Now backstage we did so.
Okay, if now backstage we
see now they don't hook the camera. They don't hook left his camera.
Now Buhari hookers.
Now, hi, left is here because you are too hostile to us.
If you want to read color and complexion, all of us go stand for one line. Somebody go they look all of us.
Not be that they look
Because
so, not be the
camera,
same line me
you
and
know,
you
they
dey
give
so,
us
not be
the
up me and
real
you dey so.
color or the fire, depending on the camera what you
Not be
use.
that they judge so. You know, see people they judge now. They say you too black.
How many people talk say I too black? Who vote?
Okay, my people. Before we go, we have the next 2 minutes to go. Make una vote. Me and lefties who black pass. Make una talk am for comment section. No, because people wait day here now for screen. They feed day by us. So who black pass? Who hear am? Margarita will not ask you. Know your talk too for this matter, because I know say you will be sentimental for here now. Mr. Pastor say both. No black passer. Because I want buy pomade for lefties because one day a QR. Now they want go buy and so.
I see the way make somebody just answer one person, only one person. Now both. Nobody want great.
Left it, your camera don't hang go. Who hang you now?
You know the move again, your hang for there. I don't understand.
You need to go buy that Stella cream,
I just want to say Margarita, I mean not talk for this matter. Margarita, I don't give you talk with you talk. Nobody will stand. Make them not look with you, Margarita, right?
My side.
Thank you very much, my people. We got to round up now. Thank you. I appreciate you all. If Kennedy, I talk me. If Kennedy say now lefties now darker pass. Lefties. You also wait if Kennedy right for them.
No, I never say more.
You see a they say now you dark pass.
Yeah, Mama, you don't feel down your mouth.
Oh,
Kennedy,
yes. Pa Kennedy just say na me darker pass. Yes, he not say black. He say darker pass. I will not say darker. We say who black pass. So that one I'm not a void vote. That's why Peter Obi they show us how to vote. Now when they say who black pass for two people, he say na me darker. You don't go put half on line.
No, leftists. No, the best description are when they ask article, say who be thief pass. He can say in be thief, but na APC thief pass us.
Mm-hmm.
You don't hear where I apply yesterday.
See, they don't use word though, Mr. Elvis.
See, wait, Mike, we use that. See, where they ask and listen.
Then
But people also accuse PDP of corruption, of being corrupt at the time it was ruling.
But we have come to realize that the APC is even more corrupt than PDP.
You know, see, now so he talk and he say we have come. Listen again.
Corruption of being corrupt at the time it was ruling.
But we have come to realize that the APC is even more corrupt than PDP.
You see, I think you know they lie. I make me like this man. He's a very truthful man.
Well,
he don't talk and say he be thief.
Thank God say I not be APC, I not be PDP.
You know, he say he be thief. No, waiting in talk about they say he be thief.
Yeah.
But APC thief pass me. Just it. He just talk the truth.
I think is truthful. This country.
Yes, very truthful man. No, when it comes to corruption.
Oh, no.
No, yeah, that time when he first talk through that time say he thief.
Yes, I'm listening to.
Please hold on. He said the thief $16 billion where they're supposed to give us electricity. He said we left office, nothing happened. The guy the way they talk truth now saying be thief.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know why I don't understand. Anyway, good night, my people. Now God bless you now.
Mr. Naija,
yes, sir.
I beg, play me a Milocon before you go, please.
Who shall be a Milocon again?
What did you go play? Why you go play?
The one with Dino, the fall yesterday.
The one with Dino for 4, I beg. Play me that one.
Okay. Here you go.
He get the one with Dino for 4.
God will bless all of you now. Okay, now God will bless you. Now here we draw the curtain. We'll be coming back again tomorrow. It's already 5 hours, 33 minutes, and stay counting. Yes, now here we draw the curtain. God bless you all. Let's continue to work together. And I
Thank
cannot
you.
wait for everybody to come back here and rejoice together on the 25th, or rather after the 25th of February, by the special grace of Almighty God.
But
Thank you very
tomorrow,
much, my people.
tomorrow,
And God-
Niger Watch, you get within I go try contribute tomorrow.
Okay, sir. No problem.
Yeah, because I don't know that you don't talk about this matter. When Buhari go Lagos, go commission this Ibeju Lekki seaport, you know.
Yeah.
So it get with the Chinese ambassador talk. I don't know that people hear him, you know, but it is very important for people to hear what the man use the man talk concerning the seaport, you know, because a lot of people no talk him.
Okay. Yeah, I don't, like I said, if you want us to talk about it, you can always bring it here on this platform. One thing you guys must understand, we must have a title to come on air, but other titles are allowed. You know, we can divert. That's not a problem. You know, we can divert and, you know, put everything together, you know, yeah. So, yeah, by the special grace of God, we're going to be back here again tomorrow. And we'll take you from there. And somebody asking me about the music, Chukwuemeka Kamara, you're asking me about the music that I normally play here. Yes, it's Chegun. Chegun, I sing, you know, if you go YouTube, you write Chegun there, the guy is right there. Okay, good night, my people. Now, God.
All right, good night. Thank you. See you
Let me
tomorrow.
play the same music for you again. Thank you very much. Now, God bless all of you now. Thank you. Somebody they call in. Sorry, we can't pick it. Okay, my yes corner. And because now you are my yes corner. We don't close. Oh, my yes corner, talk to us. We don't close. Oh.
I know Sona don't close. I hear Sona the drag skin cover. That's the make I had my 2 cents.
Hey, wait first. You wait first, Omo, yes, corner. Between you and I, you know, saying I left is like dark pass, Abi.
I never answer.
Wait, nah, Omo, yes, corner. Because me no say this call. Now, Joa Madarita, and I plan this call. Now, left is dark pass. Eh?
You want me to talk the way you talk? I mean, you want me
make we hear you now. Make we hear you now.
Okay. Okay. For this matter, melanin is the most expensive. In fact, they say I'm buy. And two na day so people when they look for how they want to collect the melanin when they get add to their own.
See the way this man.
You understand?
Let is not dress.
Melanin are very, very rare. It's actually more worth. What's it called? Is it weightier or worthier than gold? It's very rare.
Lefties.
So they look for melanin.
See, praise God.
You understand? So on that note, I will see what you. No, we are supposed to the shakara like one of the wakana kanona go one side. They live for the other leg. They waka like with swag. May they know say I'm real original melanin be this. If it's easy, run out. May they run out.
Thank you.
No, not be that one we talk. You just call the mention name melanin or melanin.
Make us solve the problem. Make us solve the problem.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Make us solve the problem. What did they say? Left is you now.
No. Wait till she
did talk. Chocolate melanin. Why Elvis own nana? It's called.
Wait till happen here now. One, EFCC must come into this matter. One, because two, this is what we call vote buying. She just call, you just begin to sell votes. They tell her say make she talk say now me black pass. That is vote buying.
Let me tell you something. What she's trying to say, she's saying Melanie pass me. It can't on your side. You don't understand.
No. She said she won't cast her vote. As she just talk, now you they tell her who you go vote. You begin
I think what she's saying is that both of you have more melanin than me.
I understand. I understand.
So I need more melanin because I want to be blacker. I want to be darker like you guys.
when Elvis begin, they try convince him. Now she put and say, we both get Melanie. She not get Melanie. She where they talk. She get
Okay.
Melanie.
Okay.
Even
No,
you where they talk
no,
now,
no,
Victor,
leftist.
you get
Leftist.
Melanie.
No, leftist. Wait till you be saying me she can't talk. Me say na you. Na you get Melanie pass.
This will not be marriage where they say na equal. One must dark pass. Make the talker.
They don't fit talk since for comment section. They say na you now. You know hear them.
The people we talk for comment section, you not say huh? They say na you.
Margarita say na you dark pass. You know say
No, they say na you.
Kennedy say na you.
Check Pa Kennedy last statement. The first one he said data. He don't use the right word. After we correct and he can't go learn how to vote. See past statement. You not see him.
I not see him. I not see him.
Check Pa Kennedy last statement.
He
Now.
not day. He not day. Pa Kennedy don't sleep. Pa Kennedy don't sleep. No wake him up. Leave him. Pa don't sleep.
See, he say na Elvis.
No. Na Elvis. What does na Elvis stands for? See,
na dark pass.
You know,
they
write dark join that thing for them. Na
Elvis. Mr. Elvis, see vote. See vote.
They say Mr. Elvis Naju. Wait till be Naju.
See, Elvis is darker. see vote.
You see now you go let Pa Kennedy come the call now, eh? You now not let a pass sleep. Pardon mo sir.
Hello?
Pardon mo sir.
Yes, I'm the one that is calling. Elvis was rigging that vote.
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Edige, you were rigging the vote because leftists didn't see what I wrote. I said Mr. Elvis is darker. But Mr. Elvis said I said leftists. I didn't say leftists though.
Oh my pardon mo sir. Thank you, sir.
That watch is darker.
Okay.
To rig the election, Mr. Elvis. No need to rig the election, no.
Thank you, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
You say I don't sleep. For leave me. I never sleep. I didn't walk.
Okay, sir. No wahala. Sir. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
If you want to know what black means, there is one guy on the internet. He's called Michael Blackson. Google him and you will see black. That guy and charcoal, the two of them no different. You can check it now. Michael Blackson, Blackson. He's there.
No, Michael Blackson is even not that black. He's not even that black. I think he's now using cream now. I'm looking at him right here. You know, before, yeah, he was, but I believe he's now using cream now. You know, he's not that black anymore like the way it used to be. You know,
but that is the blackest guy I ever know, to be honest. I don't know anybody blacker than him.
No, now left is black pass. Now left is.
Well, if now that one big problem, I agree. Now me black pass, we feel close now.
Okay, now this one me they wait for since. You know, you accept them. They say Michael Blass, you know, say he don't the fair now. That's Michael Blass now.
This guy fine now. This guy not black now. He don't say black people. We be saying now let it black. I tell you know them. This one fine now.
Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah.
You know,
this guy fine now.
All right. Thank you very much, my people. Now God will bless you. Now we got to round up right here. Please help us to share. Take the link with you. Keep it somewhere else. Any other platform where you belong. And God will bless you. Now, moderator, thank you so much for all you do for us, Mr. Pansat. Life with Natu. Life with Natu. You requested for a number earlier on. I told you wanted to call in. Good to have you here. Thank you very much for joining us, Fred Ram. I see you right there. Mother of all, Mommy Diaspora. Thank you very much, Mommy, for all you do for us. I appreciate you always. Thanks to every one of you right there. Joy, Gil, we ought to see you right there. Good night. You say you don't sleep. Chukwemeka Kamara. And God will bless all of you now. And all my panelists, thank you. Mr. Victor, thank you. Obedient Namdi, thank you. Victor Niger for Obi, thank you. Son of Man, Bulaba, thank you. Thank you very much, my people.
Thank you, Mr. Elvis. Thank you.
I'll see you guys tomorrow by the special grace of God. We're going to start all over again. Good night and bye for now.
Thank you.
I know they do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me, show me love, oh. Go there, biza biza. Kama bara wa lo ninu ife kan akanbi. I don't dey do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Show me love, oh. I go show you love, oh. Kama bara wa lo ninu ife kan. But I know they do competition with anybody. Forgive me, show me love, oh. I go show you love, eh. Kama bara wa lo ninu ife kan. I don't dey do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me, show me love, oh. I go show you love, oh. Kama bara wa lo ninu ife kan. No, they do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Oh, tó bá ti sanwó fún Ṣẹ́gun nàbí o. Ẹ fẹ́ jókòó. Alákọ̀bí. Ṣẹ́gun nàbí. Alákọ̀bí. Sábà mẹ́la. Anybody. Anybody. Any bobo. Anybody. Mo ló ń folú, ó gbà mí bó ṣe rí mi láti finishi. Délé mo ló ń folú, ẹ jẹ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀. Délé o.